live. Let's go live. Going live. Here we are. Hey everybody. It's your boy Vitamin M right here, and welcome to the live stream. I don't know if you'll be watching it live or if you're watching the playback, but either way, welcome. And I'm gonna be very honest, I've never done this before, but I'm gonna give it my best shot, and I'm gonna try to just at least, give you guys a good time. Give you guys a good laugh along the way if I can. But here we go. So just get this fired up here. So let's see what happens. File. Hello. That's not what I want to do. All right. So we'll get this started up here. I have no idea if my game audio is going to be much louder than my mic. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But I'll have to see what's going on with that. I have no idea if my game audio is going to be much louder than mine. So, okay, just double checking here. So, turn the game down. Turn the game audio a little bit down. And, okay, this should be pretty good. Okay, so welcome to those of you who are joining me on this live stream event. So, as I mentioned, I was going to do this to do the final playthrough of this game, Sonic 3 Knuckles with Tails. So, welcome back to another episode of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. In the last episode, we finished up the game with Knuckles, and now we're going to be finally kicking it real good here with Tails. I thought it was just best to go ahead and do it this way with live, and just play through the full game here. So, let's see what happens. So I'll get that started here in a sec. As you can see there on the right side of the screen, I just have the thumbnail for the video, and then I've got a count of how many Chaos Emeralds I have, how many Super Emeralds I have, and a death counter. So I'm going to be trying to keep track of that. I'm also going to have the time of how long I've been playing the game, and obviously you guys know me, you need your daily dose of vitamin M. So that's going to be pretty fun. So let's just get right into it here. So let me get started. Let me get started with this. So the other thing I did want to do is this is going to be a commentary version, and I'm also going to be recording a non-commentary version. So I'll have to get that started with this guy here pretty soon. So I'm just going to wait for the title screen to go away here, and I'll get started here anyways. So have that going. Log AVI file and Tails walk through, and here we go. Okay, I think it's time to get started here. So let's get a move on with this, shall we? So okay, we're back here at the title screen, and we've got this image for Knuckles now. It's just basically just Hyper Knuckles up here smiling at you. Pretty good. But we're going to be starting a new game here, and we're going to be finally finishing things off with Tails, our boy. So we're going to see what happens here, and yeah, this should be a pretty good one, I think. So I will be starting the timer as soon as I can here with this. So, oh, hey, just trying to figure everything out here. All right. Well, here we go. And the timer has started, and here we go. This is going to be fun. So, obviously, starting off here with Tails, things are a little bit different with him, but not tremendously so. So with Tails, you're going to be going all of Sonic's directions for the game, mostly, but you're going to have some free range with things you can do, because Tails has the ability to fly. And because of that, he's going to be able to go just about anywhere you may want to, even into some of Knuckles' zones, by flight. So just keep that in mind as you're going about things here. Tails is definitely kind of the easy way through, but here we are, we're back at this Super Ring at the very beginning. So we're going to be going for our first Chaos Emerald here right off the bat, and yeah, we're going to be having a good time. So, if you guys remember from my very first episode of this, kind of just making the joke with Toy Story there, where just figuring out that Tails actually cannot fly in single player. You actually need a second controller in order for him to get to fly. While you're playing the single player campaign, you're playing as Sonic and Tails. Well, with Tails here, you just need your very simple and your very best to just fly around. Nothing much more needed. You just need him. So basically you just jump up in the air, and you'll press the jump button again, he'll start flying, and you just keep tapping the jump button to go higher. And if you don't tap the jump button, you have a lot more leeway to move to the left and the right, your different positions that you'd want to go. So just keep... Man, okay. I didn't think that was going to happen. You could get there with Sonic, but not as easily. But Tails allows us to get the flight pattern going, as we can just move along right there as we're being invincible. I'm going to collect some more rings here. And man, I am just really mad about that now. That's the easiest bonus stage. That is just ridiculous. I'm so annoyed. I am pretty angry about that. Oh well. Oh well. Here we go. We got the gumball machine there. And now we got a fire shield to play around with now. So we're looking pretty good so far. Just really wish we would have gotten that Chaos Emerald, but you know, I'm gonna stop complaining about it. Oh well. Got some more rings right here, and yeah, so Tails, like I said, you're going to be able to explore a lot more. His jump height is just about the same as Sonic. As we approach this first boss here, his jump height is pretty much just the same as Sonic's, just maybe a little bit lower, so you're going to have a lot easier of a time jumping around sometimes in certain areas. So that'll be pretty fun. As we enter this bonus stage here, but flying around does help him out quite a bit. He can actually use his tails as a weapon. So just how, if you remember, Knuckles would lead with his knuckles for an attack, Tails can kind of do the same with his tails, obviously. However, I want you to keep in mind that this does leave him a lot more vulnerable to some attacks compared to Knuckles with that. So just keep that in mind as you're going about that, if that is your strategy for some things. So, with that in mind, that's really the basics of Tails here. He's going to have some interesting caveats to his character as we're going through the game. The things I want to talk about in particular we'll get to much later in the game, but it's definitely kind of interesting what they're going about with him, but it's okay. Here we go. So we're going to be entering the second ring right here. We're going to go for our first Chaos Emerald, when this should actually be our second. Hopefully my security doesn't pop up. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I've been actually playing this on emulator on my computer, just for the utility of it, and it's actually been really nice so far. Actually beat this game on emulator. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, so we're just having a good time here, and I have to say, this has been a really good emulator. It's had a lot of the features that I was kind of worried about if I ever want to do Let's Play. It's been able to really take care of those for me, where it just logs something called an AVI file that you can eventually convert into an MP4 file to save your videos and then upload to YouTube that way. And the audio, I would just do that through a separate program, but now I'm using the streaming program. They're looking pretty good. We even got to continue there if we really need that. I think we will. But things are looking pretty up right now. Ooh, hello. Alright. But this streaming software right now is definitely really nice, I do have to say. I think it's definitely a nice perk. So I don't think I'm going to be getting perfect on this one, but I'm not going for those. Those aren't my big... That's not really what I'm going for here. And bam! Got him. Awesome! So we have just gotten our first Chaos Emerald, and things are looking pretty good here, my dudes, if I do say so myself. Things are looking pretty good. And we gotta continue also, like I said, so things are looking pretty awesome. So we're back in the hunt, and things are looking pretty good. Got 6 more Chaos Emeralds to go, and I can easily think of where to find some more, even though we get the first one there, but things are going to be just fine. So, like I said, with Tails, you're going to be going to a lot of Sonic's areas, so most of the Super Rings you're going to get are going to come from his side of the axe here. But, because of his flight ability, there's going to be some that only Tails can get, that neither Sonic nor Knuckles could reach, or things are going to be a lot easier for him to grab Super Rings with. So just keep that in mind as you're playing about. So if there were some secrets that you're playing as Sonic or Knuckles that you couldn't get to with Tails, now is the time to really hunt those down and try to really investigate things and see what's up with those. But yeah, so things are looking pretty good already. Tails got through Act 1. Things are looking pretty good right now. So yeah, we're just having a good time, and we're just playing around right here as we get into Angel Island Act 2. And everything's on fire now. And Super Ring right off the bat, looking awesome. We're going to have this next stage right here. So this is going to be pretty good. This is going to be pretty good right here. So yeah, things are good. There are a couple other, there were some extra Sonic 3 and Knuckles goodies that I never got a chance to talk about. That, I don't know, just going in this live stream, like I said, nerding this before, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, what am I going to talk about? So I was just trying to find some more caveats about this game, and gosh, what I could possibly talk about. So I came across some other things that are some interesting tidbits that people would find pretty interesting. So in the cutscenes for this game, it's typically impossible to kill Dr. Robotnik, or beat him, whatever. But in some areas of the game, like at Launch Base Zone, you can use Tails in order to hit him so many times that he will actually be killed. So how it works is you have to kill him 256 times. And after that, the hit counter resets to 0. As we get another continue there, the hit counter will recount to 0. And from that, he'll be destroyed, which is kind of funny. You just see this little rabbit come out of nowhere and just disappear from him. So it's pretty funny. But there we are. We've got our second Chaos Emerald there, and we're looking pretty good. We've got 5 more to go until we can get some more goodies our way. So things are looking pretty good, my dudes. As we get another continue. Oh man, I'm excited. This is going to be fun. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having some fun. So yeah, I'm just enjoying it. I'm just here for the ride. Hoping to give you guys a good laugh sometime along the way here. So yeah. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. For those of you who don't know, actually, this was another tidbit that I found. It's kind of a small Easter egg in a sense. So typically, I think I've referred to this in Sonic Zones already. With this, you have to typically beat the clock. And for a lot of zones, that's not really a problem. Some like Sandopolis and Carnival Night Zone, those are pushing it. Or why I never liked those zones. But anyways, there is the 10-minute time limit. And if you get 10 minutes, then die and you get a time over for that, which is never a good thing. So from that, before I go any further, this area, if you got to this with Sonic, this would actually be only traversable by Tails. So we're going to check out this area right here, and we got this baddie right here. He's not going to give us a problem, I think. Yep, we got some more free rings, so that's always a good sign. Liking that. Woo-yah! Okay. I know. Got an extra life. Things looking nice there. So I did want to go down this way because that super ring is still down here, and I do want that, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, things are looking pretty good here. We're on our stage for the 3rd Chaos Emerald. This would have been our 4th, but oh well. What you gonna do? But as I was saying, there's actually, if you get to finishing the stage and you have 9 minutes and 59 seconds, the game will actually reward you for that, for cutting it that close. It'll give you an 100,000 points bonus. So that's 2 free extra lives for cutting it to the last minute. But typically that's just with boss fights and having to defeat the baddies. So you have to time that really well, and the game will reward you for that, as funny as that is. And funny enough, this was actually something that actually carried over into Sonic Mania, which those developers did, Christian Whitehead and all those guys. They actually did that too, which is, I have to say, it's pretty funny. So definitely pretty cool how they went about that. But there we go. Oh yeah, we're racking these up early, and it feels so good. So that is Chaos Emerald number 3 right there. Things are looking pretty good, my dudes. We got 4 more to go until we get to halfway through the game, where we won all 7 of those Chaos Emeralds by that point. So things are looking pretty good here. Things are looking pretty good. And we're just jumping around here as our boy Tails. But I always thought that was pretty funny. You know, of course, you know, humans being told rules and you're told don't do that. And of course, the first thing you want to do is you want to do that. And it's just kind of funny that they do that for you. Really incentivizing you to just wait to the last minute. I always thought that was hilarious. I'd heard of that before, but I was reminded of that by, I believe, a video. I think it was Did You Know Gaming. They're pretty good. But here we are, we're back at this battleship, and I'm reminded of episode 1, where, oh gosh, Tails just got bludgered by these guys. Poor man. And there we are. Things are looking pretty good. That was too easy for Tails right there. It's a lot easier when he's not a slave. Having Sonic and Tails is just funny, because you're just seeing a bunch of Tails. But here he is. He's back and better than ever, and with a vengeance. It's Dr. Ivo Robotnik, the Eggman. And he's going to be giving us the time of our lives as we just easily destroy him right there. So that is going to be pretty good right there. So, yeah, so we're just freeing our animal buddies right there. And Tails got through Act 2. That'll do it for Angel Island Zone right there, as we're going to be heading back into Hydrocity Zone. And that's actually a little trick you can actually pull off. So you can jump as soon as he jumps on there, and you can get up to where Knuckles is. But we're going to be falling down here as we head into Hydro City Zone right here. Oh, crap. Oh, man, that sucked. Okay. Crap. Wow. I really don't want that on my record, if you guys know what I mean. But crap. But yeah, that's the other nice thing about Tails is here. He's going to be able to traverse those areas right there with some easy swimming there. So just as how he's able to fly around, he can actually go swimming there. So you can actually use that to your ability where neither Knuckles nor Sonic could swim, so if you need some air or anything like that, that's going to be a really quick fix for you right there, for sure. That's always going to be really helpful. But we're kicking it back here at Hydrocity Zone once again. By far one of my favorite zones in the game. Definitely a ton of fun, I have to say. This one I always thought was a blast, even though I really hated it at first, growing up with this and just always drowning. I drowned a lot in this stage. Oh, come on, I wanted that lightning shield. I drowned a lot in this stage, because I was just so bad at this game, and I just could not figure out what to do about it. So, what did I do? I just kept playing, I kept trying. Ooh, okay. And let's check out this area up here. So we got some free rings, and a 1-up. Let's go! We're racking up the 1-ups to make up for... Oh, crap. Make up for my mistakes. As much as I don't want to do that. And here we go, we're already at the end of the zone here, and we got our next super ring here, so things are looking pretty good, my dudes. And yeah, we're going for another Chaos Emerald here. Hydrocity Zone, what a fun zone. I have to say, I was playing Sonic Mania the other day, and I did notice that largely with Hydrocity Zone 2 in that game, it's pretty much just almost a carbon copy of Hydrocity Zone 2 in this game, which I thought was a little unfortunate, but You know, they went with the nostalgia factor on that zone, and I have to say, I don't mind too much. I just thought the rest of the game trying to introduce new gaming mechanics for all the older zones. I would have thought they would have thought of something, but oh well. But definitely thought it was pretty cool that they tried to do something. Okay, and we're going back this way. And we're going to be trying to get these last blue spheres as we go about this here. Okay. Alright, just 4 simple ones. Right there. Alright, I think we got 9 more to go, so we're looking pretty good. And... oh shoot, they were back there. I forgot about that area right there. Oops. Just grab these guys real fast right there. And bam! There we go! We got our next Chaos Emerald. We got number 4 right here. Things are looking pretty good, my dudes. Things are looking up. And things are going to get a lot easier to find these Chaos Emeralds in Marble Garden Zone. So, looking forward to that. Ice Cap is going to be kind of helpful. I actually found a lot of new ones when I was playing as Knuckles in Launch Base Zone. So that'll be pretty helpful for us here. So, yeah. But here we are back at this boss fight. So this one shouldn't be too bad whatsoever. This one's going to be pretty easy. Come on. Which way you come from? Which way you come from? We're just messing around with this guy, and I think he just needs one more hit, so we're going to easily, I think, be able to get that once we just jump up there. So, yeah, not very hard boss fights in this game whatsoever. Some characters, they give you more trouble than others, but not too bad. And Tails got through Act 1. We're looking pretty good right here. 2 gimped deaths there at the beginning, but 4 Chaos Emeralds. 18 minutes into it, you know? Looking pretty good. Heading to Act 2 here. Now, Tails is going to have a lot easier of a time, just like Knuckles, in finding some of the super rings that Sonic couldn't get to in this. Some super rings are a lot harder to get to in this zone in particular with Sonic, so it's definitely nice to have Tails is flying or Knuckles is gliding on your side for that. So just keep that in mind as you're going about that. So exploration is going to be the key when you're playing as Tails. He allows you to explore a lot more of the game, and even on top of that, he's kind of the easy mode because you kind of get to go wherever you want. But, that being said, Tails is actually really fun to play as. I'm enjoying it. So, yeah, we're just having some fun. His swimming is definitely a really nice thing to have. But, like I said in the very beginning, he doesn't get to use the power-ups to the full potential that they are, because all of their abilities are essentially trumped by his flying ability. The sharks and the jets! Oh yeah! So just keep that in mind. Your character choice is a little important in how you go about it. It just kind of depends on who you want to play as more than anything. That's always been kind of, excuse me, my thought on that. But, hey. You know? Just a little food for thought. My thoughts, you know? Anyways. Just kind of looking for some rings here, but I don't think I remember there being one here, and that's okay. So we're going to be having some fun. Just kind of going around here, and here we go. We're getting back here, and gosh, I hate those guys. They always seem to launch those things on their back at the worst time. Yeah. Sonic Mania, there was one more tidbit I did want to talk about. So actually, Sonic Mania introduced the drop spin dash, essentially, where if you jump up in the air with Sonic, you will be able to, if you hold the jump button, you will be able to, well, after you jump, before hitting the ground, if you hold the jump button, you will be able to, I think there's a ring down here, I'm pretty sure. No, I guess not. Alright, well, we're gonna go swimming. Oh, actually, no, I want these. Yeah, so they actually misplaced that monitor right there for their shields, so that's fine by me. And, you thought I would drown, you fool. We're gonna go swimming here for a little bit. I think Tails can swim forever, if I'm not... Oh, no, he can't. So, his, so actually, that's the other thing about Tails here, is, I forgot to mention, his swimming and his flying time are shared. So if you come out of the water, you'll be flying instantly. So he can only swim or fly, and fly, for a total of 8 seconds. So that's just something to keep in mind as you're going about that, as you're just thinking about that. So if you're flying around, just know you have 8 seconds to go wherever you want. Keep that in mind as you're playing as Tails, because that can be pretty pivotal in trying to find some new areas that you thought you couldn't get to before. But here we are, we're back at this slide, and oh crap, I kind of zoned out right there for the invincibility right there. But I don't think there's anything up here. Nope. Either way, we're going to be headed back to that way, because that's just going to be a slide that we're going to go to. Oh, don't want to get crushed by that. So, these puzzles here too, Tails can just easily bypass them without getting hit by rings. Yep, sure he can. I'm doing great. How are you guys doing? Come on, man. Oh, that's a third death. Okay. We're just going to take this a lot slower right now. We're just going to take our time. It's Sonic. I want to go fast. What the heck hit me? Is there like a little spike on the bottom of those things secretly? Come on. That was garbage. Oh, and it still launched me. Okay. Fine. So be it. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so this is an area up there that I want to get to. So hopefully we're going to be able to do that there. If it's flying, if this thing was already down. Nope. Okay, I'm going to have to use my speed to get through there. Because there is definitely a ring right there that you're going to want to grab that only I think that you're really going to have to time your movements, your speed and everything with Sonic there. Because he can easily get hit by those moving platforms. Oh, come on. So that's just something to keep in mind. Tails and Knuckles are going to have a much easier time getting up to that area there. Just to let you guys know, just so you have that in mind. But I'm going to try to get up there because I really do want to get that Chaos Emerald. I'm still really bummed I missed that one. As stupid as that was. Gosh. I hate Kazberski. Super duper annoying. Okay, there we go. And we're up here now. And we're just going to fly away. I'm like a bird, only fly away. And we're back at this one. This one's not going to be too bad. You just kind of have to keep track of where you are. But anyways, as I was saying, the instant spin dash when you're jumping up in the air, that was actually, as much as that was introduced in Sonic Mania, in the early prototypes of this game, that was actually a feature that was part of the game. For those of you who did not know that. So that was early on planned development and eventually scrapped in favor of the Insta-Shield ability, which basically, as I've mentioned before, gives Sonic some slight time of invincibility in the air, and it extends his hitbox for any hits that you might want to make with it. So that one's kind of helpful, but it's definitely nice having the spin dash right off the bat once you get off the ground. That way you don't have to... It just kind of saves time. It's not a huge deal breaker for me or anything like that whatsoever, but it's definitely a very nice ability to have, period. That was actually introduced in this game. Or, well, actually really thought of in this game. But they scrapped it, and it was introduced in Sonic Mania years later. For those of you who did not know that. So, just to keep that in mind, and, you know, hopefully learn something. But more than anything from this, I hope you guys get a good luck. Anyways, you know, we're just collecting these blue spheres. And I think I've cut myself a pretty good path. If I do say so myself. Just very straightforward, no jumping, and bada bing, bada boom, we're looking pretty good. That is Chaos Emerald number 5 right there. Oh man, 2 to go, and we've got plenty of super rings to go. We are in good shape, and we got a perfect, we got a free 1-up from that, as we got to continue. Oh man, I'm really excited. This is going fantastic. This is going fantastic, my dudes. And we're almost to the end of the zone here, so we're going to be moving on to Marble Garden Zone here pretty soon. And it doesn't quite matter which way you go here. You're going to be going to the same area with Knuckles before. So, just keep that in mind. Yeah, come on, I'm waiting on you. I wanna go beat up Robotnik. Come on, Knuckles. Come on. Ooh. Oh man. Here we go. Back to this area. And it's time to take on Robotnik. So you can try to use your tails to give you some room to hit him, but that might not be the best idea considering he's got that propeller underneath him. So if anything, you're gonna take the hit for that. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, I tried to do that. Oh my gosh, he got me in my stunned animation there. Just boinging away. Oh crap. Wow, Tails, when you coming down, dude? Oh. Crap, I don't have any rings now. Darn it. That was really something. That was really something special there. I hope you guys got a kick out of that. Oh man. Yeah, watch out for those explosives too. Those will get you if you're not careful. Run, 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 run! Oh man, we outran it. Oh yeah, that felt good. Okay. I really don't want to get hit again. I just want to get through this as fast as I can. And I don't want to die again. Or, darn it. I pressed one too many buttons there. Darn it. Oh, man. Okay. Hopefully this boss fight isn't the bane of my existence. Because Sonic has a much better time with this boss fight with the water shield. And it's just such a shame that Tails doesn't really get to use that ability. Same with Knuckles, it'd make it a lot easier on both of them. But, you know, we're going to take what we can, and we're going to give Robotnik what for. So, we are going to enjoy that. Oh, okay. So you can hit him when the propeller's not spinning there, I guess. Okay, so be it. Okay, so, alright. Alright. Just go nice and easy. And we got him. Alright. Alrighty. Things are looking good. Move on to Marble Garden Zone. And Tails got through Act 2. So just needed to update the death counter there. Sorry about that. Still kind of figuring this out, but here we... Ooh! Welcome back to Marble Garden Zone. We're going to be zooming right through this one. We're going to find a lot of super rings, I think. This one I always remember having a lot. I always knew where all 4 were in Angel Island Zone, but this one's got a ton. That are going to come in real handy for us on our way to all 7 Chaos Emeralds. So things are looking pretty good. Things are going to be looking pretty good here. Use that to jump there too. Always thought that was funny. Always thought those made a funny sound. For sure. Yeah. But, yeah, so... That's while I'm thinking about it here. There's actually some Sonic... Oh, yeah! Right off the bat there, we got another one. Woo, baby! And this one would have been our last one, but oh well. Here we go. We're going to be zooming through this one. This one is not hard whatsoever. Yeah. If you guys remember me talking about this in one of the other episodes, this is launch base zones. Technically. If you look at the 4 colors there, they are purple and yellow. Corresponding to the colors that are associated with launch base zones. So each of these has a color palette that is actually associated with them. So because of that, each zone is kind of corresponding with that, and that kind of supplies some of the evidence that Flying Battery Zone was actually supposed to be in Sonic 3, because orange and purple was actually one of the colors, if you guys noticed that before. For one of the ones that are part of Sonic 3. I don't know if you guys remember that or pay attention to the colors at all, if they meant anything. But it's kind of just a little bit of history on that. Crap, I need 4 more blue spheres. And where are they? There they are. Alright! Woo! Number 6! And we got plenty more to go. Oh man, we would have had all 7 here, but that's okay. Tails got a Chaos Emerald. Woo! Alright. And a continue. I mean, we got 3 continues, and I've been gimped at least 2 times. So I hope no more of that is... Come on. No more of that is coming our way. So... crap, there was nothing up there that way. That's right. So we're going to be headed up here. So this was actually a path that's available to Knuckles and... Well, technically every character, but more so Knuckles and Tails. They have a much easier time getting up towards this way. If you guys remember when I was playing as Knuckles through this zone here. So... And, oh, baby! Nice! We found another super ring. Man, too easy. So that's going to be looking real good for us. Right here. So we're going to have 7 Chaos Emeralds off the bat already going into halfway through. Not even halfway through. Sonic 3. So things are looking pretty good, my dudes. But things are going to be a little funky with Tails. But you still want to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds before... Still really highly recommend getting all 7 Chaos Emeralds before you get to the before you get to Sonic and Knuckles. That portion of the game. Because that is really going to still help you out with what's going on. But Tails is going to be really funky with what's going on with him, and I have to say I'm not really a fan, but the reward in the long run is definitely very nice. But I'll get to that in a sec here once I clear up these guys right here. So I get that perfect, and bam! Alright! Looking good. And we got our last Chaos Emerald. That should have been our first one. But there we are. Tails got all Chaos Emeralds. So, after we collect our free 1-up and our continue, what does that mean? Well, I hate to bum you out, but that doesn't quite mean anything right now. If you were playing the Sonic and Knuckles portion of the game, and if you got all of the Chaos Emeralds in that portion, so to say if you were late to the party on getting them in Sonic 3, then unfortunately it would give you another message that would say, Tails can now go to Hidden Palace Zone. But because the game still functions in this way, where you can't quite go there yet, until you get to the Sonic and Knuckles portion of the game, we're not going to be able to get there. So what does this mean? Well, what this means is Tails, Yellow Sonic, if you will. Oh, okay, I'm just getting a little impatient there. This means that Yellow Sonic, our boy Tails, on another scene, cannot turn into Super Tails. Not quite yet. It's a little funky, but there is no hyper form for Tails. There's only Super Tails, but it pretty much acts like a hyper form, if anything, with what's going on with him and his abilities, which is definitely still a really nice touch. Trust me on this, the reward is definitely very nice in the long run. It just really stinks that we're not going to have any super form on our side until we get all 7 Super Emeralds, which is really unfortunate. But this is largely due to Tails having no assets or even being playable within the standalone game of Sonic and Knuckles, because everything in his data is ultimately from is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And if you try to load him into Sonic and Knuckles, you're going to get some sprites, but it's going to be horribly messed up where you really can't play a whole lot. Well, you can play the game, but there's going to be a lot of missing sprites with him. There's going to be a lot of missing sprites as you're making your way through the game. There's going to be a couple in here and there that'll fuzz in, fuzz out, but you're really not going to get a whole lot. So that, unfortunately, is just what is going on with Tails when it comes to this. So those boss fights in Sonic 3, that portion of the game that your super form is really helpful against, unfortunately, is not going to come to your aid with this cheat move. Is unfortunately not going to come to your aid whatsoever, which really stinks. But like I'm saying, the super form of Tails, there's no hyper form, he's just called Super Tails, is going to be really nice. But like I said, you still want to get all 7 of those Chaos Emeralds, because that makes it right off the bat you can go to Hidden Palace Zone and you're going to just get your Super Emeralds and you're going to be starting to collect those. So that is unfortunately the bad side of it. But, you know, we're still having a good time. It's just unfortunate how these things happen. And, you know, with how big these games are, with, you know, their plans of the story and everything such as that, you know, I kind of can't blame them. It was definitely quite a bit on them, and all the marketing and everything such as that. Trying to meet the deadline for the McDonald's thing and everything that came their way. You know, I understand, as much as that does stink. But anyways. But yeah, that kind of leads into anybody who is wondering, well, why isn't Tails in Sonic and Knuckles? That is largely why. So, kind of a little bit of a trade-off. If you want to play as Tails, in the half of the game you have to play Sonic 3. If you want to play as Knuckles, you have to play Sonic and Knuckles. Unless you're not playing the competition mode in Sonic 3. Which I might show that off to you guys, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, so we're just kind of kicking it right here. And trying to get another shield here. So we get another hit in this boss fight that's coming up here. Which, yeah, it's probably going to be rings, but, you know, free 1-up. We'll see what happens here. But this is going to be fun. So we're just having some fun here. And we got this same boss fight right here. So, like I said, oh, okay, you can't really lead with your Tails. I thought you could. I guess that's a little different from Sonic Mania. But, yeah, Tails kind of jumps about the same height as Sonic. So that's definitely a nice plus with a lot of these boss fights. Especially the ones that Knuckles did struggle with. So, that's always pretty good. So yeah, things are looking pretty good. And yeah, we're just having fun. We got through Act 1. Things are looking good for us. And we are having the time of our lives as we work our way through, and now we're getting to Act 2 here. 39 minutes into it, and, you know, I'm just having fun. So we're going to go this up this way. I had a feeling something was going to be there. Didn't know it was going to be a spiky blowfish. Alright. By this point, if you want to look for any super rings, if you got all 7, it's just a nice 50 rings to have. So going up these ways, watch out for those big spiky balls. That'll be trying to gimp you pretty good. These praying mantis, those grasshopper guys, they are not going away anytime soon, unfortunately. As awful as their placement is at the time. Not in your favorite period. Just keep that in mind as you're going back. What? That was garbage. That was ridiculous. Just a little blowfish guy in the middle of nowhere, up in the sky. Makes perfect sense. Alright. So be it. Okay. Oh well, but yeah, here we are. And yeah, so there's actually some more Genesis Sonic secrets in particular that, you know, I always found kind of interesting that I never got a chance to mention. So one of them is actually the famous Sega chants. I don't know if you guys know the story of that, but in the original Sonic the Hedgehog, there were plans to have a sound test mode where Sonic would be breakdancing to the music of the band as they're playing the songs from the game, obviously. And the band actually had some interesting characters that one of them would later be used. So I think there was mock rabbits, there was a chicken, there was a monkey, there were some other folks too. But the most notable of the band members was the keyboard player. His name was Vector the Crocodile, as you guys may know him from other Sonic games, especially his premiere Knuckles Chaotix, and even in Sonic Heroes, where he's part of Chaotix team in that story. And obviously, if you guys know him from the animated series, especially Sonic X. Yeah, but anyways, that was their plan, and it turns out that didn't actually come to fruition. So, what was their answer to that? Well, they had a bunch of space left over on the cartridge, and the only way that they could think, well, not the only way, but Yuji Naka, one of the co-creators of Sonic, he came up with the idea of having a chant for our boy. Ow, I'm glad it didn't crush me. I added my death counter, that would have sucked. This is always just a dead end. Come on. Alright, I think there's something up there, but that's just 50 rings. But he came up with the idea of the Sega chant to compensate for that empty space. And as iconic as it is, and as, funny that they added that, he says it took up about 1/8 of the 4 megabit cartridge space. Yeah. That was a lot of memory back then. Well, that was kind of a lot of memory, and it was a lot of precious memory back then. Definitely nothing like games nowadays where, oh my gosh, their sizes are terabytes. Gee whiz, lots of memory to just even store these games, and just so much content in the games nowadays that's just kind of nothing. But back then, that was a ton. So they came up with that and took about 1/8 of the cartridge. And we're going to be back at this area with our boy Robotnik, who's going to be shifting around some things here. What a... Gosh. I hate that guy. He's just going to give us a hard time. He's always giving us a hard time, you know? So that means, obviously, that the Sega chant took up more space than even some zones, or even some assets within the game. As interesting as that is. But, it was a good thing. Very, very iconic, of course. And everybody really remembers Sega for that. Oh, I gotta keep doing that. Alright. Tails' ability to fly is definitely really nice. So that was definitely kind of interesting. And, before I move on to the other thing, I forgot to mention that in the betas for these games, the casino minigame went through a lot of different changes with just the layout. The overall idea was the same, but the layout was just very different each time. And now we're back at this boss fight. So if you remember, what was up with this boss fight was, oh, really, I don't have a ring going in this? Is we had to use, Sonic had to fly around using Tails. Crap. This fight is a lot harder with Tails. You have to use your Tails in order to really save yourself. And getting those hits on Robotnik before the whole ground falls apart is really crucial to making this fight a lot faster and a lot easier on yourself too. So just keep that in mind as you're going about this fight here. It's definitely... This is, I think, by far the hardest fight with Tails, because if you lose your rings, that's it. You don't get them back whatsoever. And crap, already kind of starting off with that there. Alright. Get back into this here. I've got to remember to update the death counter there. It's just, I'm just trying to move on here. This boss fight sucks. It is not fun whatsoever. It is abysmal as Tails. And to fly around, you just can't press your directional buttons. You have to press. Really? Come on. You have to press A in order to fly around. A, B, or C, your pick. But I think they're definitely a lot more lenient on his hit mechanics. You have to watch out for that flame behind him. That's going to be the bane of your existence in this fight, more than anything. So just keep that in mind as you're going about this here. So just time your movements well. If you got enough time, take your time, obviously. Keep your wits about you, and you're going to be just fine. And I actually forgot to update which zone you're on there. Sorry about that. I've got the zones behind the Chaos and Super Death Counter. Just for presentation, just for anybody who might be joining, just to let them know what zone you're on. Just, I don't know, I thought it was a nice feature. So, yeah, you hit him there, just be very patient. The rebound is going to be something that is going to mess with you a little bit. I highly suggest you just take your time and just wait till it comes from the sides. Really? I just wait till it comes from the sides then. Without chance. And just take your time. Hopefully you've got enough time on your side for this. You're going to do just fine. But that rebound once you hit him is going to be pretty tough. Especially if you're not careful. But just flying around with him is a little tough. It's definitely kind of touchy with the buttons. But just take your time. Okay, going to escape from him there. It's going to come from that side again. Oh, nope, I didn't want to go for that next hit there. Oh, I hate this boss fight so much. This is abysmal with Tails. This boss fight really sucks with Tails. I mean, obviously you're seeing me do it here, but... Oh, I hate this so much. Alright, just nice and easy. I think, what, that's the third or fourth hit or so. I'm just taking it easy. As Eagles would say, there he goes! Okay, nice. Got that taken care of. And we got to free our animal buddies here. So, yeah, things are looking pretty good. Tails got through Act 2, so looking awesome, my dudes, and we're having a whale of a time. We're having some good times here, my dudes. As we move on to our next zone here. And welcome back to Carnival Night Zone. One of my least favorite zones in the game, but this one's okay. We're going to have, I think, some more fun clowning around, if you will, with Tails. Because he is these bouncy boys are no match for him whatsoever. So, we're going to be having a good time here. But, yeah, so, yeah, that was some fun. Michael Jackson was actually involved in the composition with this song in particular, and it's reminiscent of one of his songs way back in the day. I don't remember which one in particular. It might be Stranger in Moscow, but I don't quite remember. That and Ice Cap Zone share some inspirations in his later works. For those of you just joining us, welcome. And welcome to this final playthrough of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Oh wow, didn't even know that was there. So we got another one up on our side, so we're looking pretty good. Wow. Can you get over there with Sonic? Yeah, you can. Wow. Okay, I didn't even know about that. Nice. And that's an area Sonic goes to. Nice. I'm a fan. That makes this zone a lot easier to find some rings now. Gosh, I remember I could only think of where 1 was when I played this as Sonic. I found 3 with him. I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, getting back to some of the some other Sonic Genesis games trivia, there was plans to have a female love interest for Sonic starting in Sonic 1. And her name was not Amy Rose. That doesn't come around until Sonic CD, actually. For those of you who did not know that. So, who was this mysterious woman, as you might be asking? Well, the plan at first was Sonic would have a love interest by the name of Madonna. And she'd be clad in a red dress, very similar to Amy Rose. Some of her design, characteristics, and her character, what she would do, eventually kind of morphed into Amy Rose. Basically, it was a blonde woman clad in a red dress in the idea phase, and eventually, I believe it was a female employee at Sega thought that the idea was way too Japanese, because that tends to be a common thing in Japanese games. You have the love interest thing going there, and trying to appeal more to a Western audience. Have to say, I think it was a good idea, because that would have been very strange to see Sonic with a human girlfriend, to say the least. But I know they later did it in the Sonic franchise 06. Have not played that game, but oh well. But yeah, so that's the end of that, and basically, you know, Madonna would just kind of work the same way as Amy Rose, just kind of following Sonic around, kind of like that. So yeah, so Tails got through Act 1. We're just making our way through Carnival Night Zone here. Act 2 is definitely going to be a lot harder, in the sense that it's going to be a lot longer. And we got another free life from all of the points we're getting. Looking pretty good here, my dudes. As we're just zooming along. And we lost our light and shield because of water, but it's the revenge of the Bouncy Boys. I love me some Bouncy Boys. Bouncy Boys are a lot of fun. They oh crap! They definitely make me laugh. These areas are much nicer having Tails around. That area right there, only Knuckles can bust that down, and gosh, if we could just play Knuckles' portion of this, I would be really happy, just to get through this part of this zone. Just to get through this zone as fast as I can. Oh, man. You guys know this already, but I'm not a fan of this zone. But yeah. Sega was, I'll be talking about this a lot more later on, but Sega's got some interesting things going on in their history, for sure. I'll be talking about them a little bit later with some things I do want to talk about, but there was one other thing with more so Sega in general was Sega, especially the Genesis, was very instrumental in the creation of the electronic software ratings board, otherwise known as the ESRB. And I'm gonna get hit by that. But there's rings up here, so that's fine. They were very instrumental in the creation of the ESRB. After they had their own rating system, after some controversies erupted. So basically, what had happened was there were a lot of complaints from parents and politicians, of course politicians getting into this too, of violence and sexual themes in video games. And there are two games largely responsible for that. One of them is Sonic the Hedgehog. No, it's not. Not at all. But what you chuckling at there, Knuckles? Come on. No, don't turn the lights out. No, now the place isn't fun. I don't want to go down there with the Bouncy Boys. Oh wait, no, I have to. This water shield's gonna be nice though. So, anyways, there are two games that are largely responsible for this. And maybe some of you guys already know this, but maybe some of you guys don't. One of them was the original Mortal Kombat that was ported from the arcade, and it had two ports. One of them was to the Super Nintendo, which left out a lot of the gore that was associated with a lot of the deaths in the game. And the other one was to the Sega Genesis, and given Sega's marketing scheme at the time, they left in, and well, what Sega was trying to do, they left those in Come on, come on, come on. All right, there we go. They left those in the game, so a lot of brutal deaths where, gosh, you can see characters like Sub-Zero just pull the spine out of people. Like, that's spine tingling, if I do say so myself. But the gore in Mortal Kombat, especially, was something that was one of the games responsible for that. Well, what's the other one? The other one was a game called Night Trap, which I believe was for the Sega CD, which I'll get into this a little bit later, but the Sega CD was actually an add-on to, come on. The Sega CD was actually an add-on to the Sega Genesis, which allowed games to be stored in the new CD formats, compact disc format, and they could be played that way. Some of the perks with that was that allowed full motion, excuse me, a better ability for full motion video for games, and definitely, as you would imagine, better sound quality. And the game Night Trap took advantage of that by, I don't know much about the game besides just this story with the ESRB, but essentially it was kind of basically a sleepover with a bunch of girls, and it was kind of a horror game, and you saw things happen on screen through full motion video. And I think it was kind of a choose your own adventure style gameplay. I could be totally wrong, but I just really know this part of the story. And obviously, this game about this, some of the content gave way to, like, what is that doing in a video game? I don't think it was anything particularly lewd or anything such as that. Oh, the lights are back. We got our wavy boys back. We got our wavy boys back. Things are looking pretty good. I can't think of anything explicitly awful. I honestly don't know anything, and even if I did know something, I can't help but think I'd be very ashamed of it. So, yeah, so that was the other game that was largely responsible for that. So those two games, largely why the ESRB exists and game ratings exist. If you guys didn't know that. So, next time you buy a game, you can thank Mortal Kombat and Night Trap for it being rated E10 for everyone ages 10 and up. Maybe put that there if there's nothing up there. Oh, got him. Nope, that's the wrong way. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, but I'll be talking about some of that other stuff in a little bit here. I don't want to use up all my content, you know. But yeah, we're just having some fun carving those. I'm just trying to get through this. This boss fight's not going to be hard. It's just going to be a little more annoying and long. This zone, Act 2, is just long. Here we are. I believe we're towards the end here. I hope. And we found Knuckles, and okay. We can't go after him, of course. And we're up here now. Alright, we're looking pretty good. And we're here at our next boss fight. Darn it. You're not supposed to hit the green ball, if I remember from my playthrough as Sonic. Gosh, why can't we just play Knuckles as portion? That would have been so much more fun. But yeah, so because this zone is, this act in particular is much longer, time may not be on your side. So just keep that in mind as you're going about things here. Sometimes you can kind of try to damage boost. Oh no! Okay, we're gonna have to play this the safe way, I guess. Oh, okay, that's fine. I was just trying to damage boost it right there. I will play the game right. What? Come on! Seriously? Ugh. Alright. You know, I was thinking going into this, 12 deaths. 12 or 15. That's probably what's gonna happen. That'd be a good day, but I'm a little worried now. Come on, Robotnik, you can't kick me. I'm not gonna let you kick me around. And crap. Fox, he's right behind you. Anytime I can get a Star Fox reference, I'm down for that. So that's what... Really? Come on. You really can't touch those things? Alright. Okay, we're just gonna do this the right way. We're gonna do it the right way. Okay. Oh man. Alright. Okay, we're just gonna take our time like the last boss fight. Hopefully that won't give us any issues. Jump over that, just so I'm not cornered. And we're gonna be running. Yeah. So, yeah. Tails I always thought was kind of cool. My brother and I, we'd play the multiplayer of Sonic Hedgehog 2. He'd be Tails, I'd be Sonic. We had a lot of fun with that. His full name is actually Miles Tails Prower. Take out the Tails. Tails is just a nickname. His full name, or his name, is Miles Prower. Obviously, meaning miles per hour, which is kind of funny, to say the least. Come on, come on, come on. Gosh, I hate this boss fight too. It just takes forever. So, you know, just like how I have a good name for Nuka the Enchilada, Sonic the Hedgehog. There's a... Crap, I really just did that. I lost my focus, so great. Gosh, I just want to get this boss fight over with. I hate this one so much. And it stinks that I can't turn into Super Tails or anything like that, so that's part of what just makes Tails hard sometimes, even though he's kind of the easy mode. Well, arguably, he's the hard mode. Because you can't use Super Tails or anything like that. So we're just going to try to kick Robotnik's butt here any second. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. I'm just really tempted to damage boost him. Okay. We got 2 free hits there. That's fine. 5 more to go. And no rings. Great. I'm just really trying to pay attention here. It's just so hard with this boss fight. This boss fight is just abysmal. Just how slow it is. Even just coming after a long act, you're just not feeling it after this one. Man, come on. Come on. Put your butt down here so I can hit your machine. Darn it! Oh my gosh. This is just annoying. I hate this boss fight so much. Oh, man. Wow. Alright. Today on Michael Learns How to Play the Thing. Today on How Vitamin M Learns How to Play Sonic, we have the dreaded... Why did not register a hit there? That was stupid. We have the dreaded Carnival Night Zone boss. must wait your turn before you can do what you want. I know patience is a virtue, but this is just annoying. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, okay. I'm getting impatient. I'm getting real impatient here, guys. Oh, man. Alright, take it slow. It's just this boss fight takes for a couple minutes, and I've only got about less than 3 minutes to typically do this fight. I have been so used to just cutting it close on this fight so many times. Just close to that 10-minute mark, and it's always infuriating. That was crap. Okay. Alright, I'm not going to try to damage boost him anymore. Oh man, okay. Yeah. Alright. So. Alright, take your time. Any day now. Any day when you can come down. And, I can hit you. That'd be great. I would just really like that. Come on. Come on, Eggman, don't be afraid. I just want to destroy your machine. So you take 10 seconds in between each attack or something. Grab that ring. Let's go, Tails. Yeah. So it was What? How did I miss him, but it didn't get hit? That's trash. Really? And he's off screen too? Okay, well I can't get hit, so that's nice. That's ridiculous. What a waste. My gosh. I am so aggravated right now. And gosh, stuck in that thing too. Okay. Now I'm really angry. I have wasted 8 minutes on this. Gosh, this is so flippin' annoying. Okay. Tails might not actually be easy mode. We got 2 hits, just need I think 6 more. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take this one easy. So it was Christmas here the other day. So Merry Christmas to all of you guys out there watching this video and watching the replay. Hope you guys are enjoying the live stream so far. I know I'm having a whale of a time except for this boss fight. I'm just trying to keep it together here, which looks like damage boosting was working there for a second. Oh, he's off screen, really? Alright. So be it. He can't even touch me, so that's interesting. Okay. I totally forgot and didn't even know that that could happen. Oh no, are you serious? Are you, what? Oh my gosh, I got afraid that he was not going to load back into the game there whatsoever. What? Okay, that was bizarre. Oh my gosh, I was so close to... Thank you. I'm so glad this boss fight is done. I hate this boss fight as Tails. Oh, Tails got through Act 2 though. Oh, it's gonna be so long. Oh, it's abysmal. Oh man. Well, okay. Alright, here we go. Moving on to the next zone here. Welcome back to Ice Cap Zone. And we do not start off with the oh so awesome and cool snowboarding as Sonic did. Because we're Tails. Not that cool. Tails is kind of cool, but Sonic is definitely cooler. So is Tails. But yeah, we're back here. Definitely awesome song going on here. Or there was a free Chaos Symbol. Free Chaos Symbol. Super Ring right there that you could have gotten. So these endless zones right there, there's actually, if you don't get to a certain save point, if you don't get to that save point that you would have gotten, okay. If you don't get to that save point that you first saw at the beginning, if you skip over that and you don't have it go off, the looping flag will not be set for that area. So the only way for Tails to fix that is he has to touch that checkpoint pole. And what are the consequences if you don't? Well, it loops, and what essentially happened, it will not loop, so the very end of it will be treated as going out of the line of vision of the screen, and you will die. So that is what's up with Tails, and that's just something you just want to keep in mind. And the only way to fix that is to either take a super ring, get a super ring, or to get to the checkpoint there, just so the reflag set, or the looping flag is set within the code of the game. So yeah, but as I mentioned, I grew up playing this on Sonic Mania, and I was really terrible at Sonic 3. And basically all the Sonic games. So I was playing that. I played that a lot with my brother, especially the 2-player. In Sonic 2. Not really Sonic 3 though. That one was just kind of a race. It wasn't so much on rings and collecting different things. And definitely the stages weren't as cool. We didn't have the half-pipe stage like in Sonic 2. There's no secret ring right there, so okay. So this looping flag is going to be set right here, so we're going to have to hello. So we're going to have to make sure we don't fall down there. So I grew up playing Sonic with the Sonic Mega Collection on my GameCube, and really enjoyed the games. You know, wasn't very good at them, unfortunately, and you know that happens. But yeah. So the original Sonic was always kind of a tough one for me, especially once you get to Labyrinth Zone. That boss fight is just kind of pretty tough. Marble Zone wasn't too bad. Sonic 2, I have never beat Sonic 2. I've always been stuck at the, which one is that? It's the Sky Chase Zone. I've always gotten stuck there. And I've always died at that point. So that one has always been the toughest one. So this boss right here, there are some instances where you can actually lead with Tails as Tails. And that's going to pay off for us right there as we take out that boss pretty easily right there. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you can lead with your Tails, sometimes you can't. You just kind of have to figure it out. But Tails got through Act 1, and we are looking pretty good right now. Things are looking pretty good. Let's move on to Act 2 here. We are almost through Sonic 3. But yeah, and then I played Sonic 3 sometimes, and that was actually the first Sonic game I ever beat, was Sonic 3, playing it on the Mega Collection there. So I actually have a pretty good memory of that, just being so excited that I beat a Sonic game. I thought they were so incredibly hard. They're really not, but I just was not good at them, period. So I had no idea how to beat one or anything like that. So I was just incredibly stoked when I finally beat Sonic 3 on the GameCube. I was so stoked. And then I think I eventually beat Sonic and Knuckles on there. I don't quite remember. And then I eventually got over to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I didn't even know how to exactly unlock the extra games in Sonic Mega Collection. Until, obviously, looking on the internet. Obviously looking on the internet. Then I finally figured it out. So, and then that's how I figured out, oh wow, you can actually play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So I thought that was pretty darn cool. And then you can actually play as Sonic, or Tails, excuse me, Knuckles, and, oh come on, those guys are the worst. Actually play as Knuckles in Sonic 2 through that, which I always thought was so cool. If I had to pick my first time ever to, well, actually no, I'd want to beat it the right way. But I would like to beat that game with Knuckles too. That would be really fun too. Because I love playing as Knuckles. So much fun. Yep. Definitely a lot of fun. So yeah, we're just kicking it here at Ice Cap Zone. We're almost done here. We're getting to Dr. Robotnik's fight here. And this one's going to be harder because we don't have Super Sonic on our side, and we don't have any variant of Super Tails to use. So just be careful when he's huffing out the ice there. Just be careful. I will say though, the Press Garden Zone, I love how they were able to use that for puzzles in that zone. How you have to deliberately... Oh crap! How you have to deliberately get frozen to do some of the puzzles. Oh no 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 no! Oh man! Darn it! This is gonna be tough because you just don't have those super forms on. Wait, what am I doing all the way back there? I didn't get to... What? Wait, what? There wasn't a save point or anything? There really wasn't a save point or anything like that? Really? That's kind of garbage. I thought I hit one. Gosh, those guys are just in the worst placed areas ever. Okay. Alright, get over you. I just want some rings, and I'm not going to have any rings. So I did, it looks like I did hit one. What? How did that touch me? Come on. Yeah, so basically, I remember going through this with Super Sonic. The name of the game here is you want to step on the, makes sense. You want to step on the platform that he's going to give you there. And from there, what you want to do is time your movements well where you don't get frozen, obviously. So when he's huffing out at the bottom there, you want to try to get on that platform and hit him and then get away from that. But sometimes the hitboxes are a little weird like that, like you saw. Grab some rings, grab some rings. Come on. Oh, no, 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 no. Please grab a ring. I'm tired of getting gimped. Alright, then he's going to be stuck like this. Make sure you're in front of him and he's facing towards you. That way you don't get gimped by him there whatsoever. And you're on your way from there. So things are looking pretty good there. Tails got through Act 2. Looking pretty good so far, my dudes, if I do say so myself. So, moving on to the last zone in Sonic 3. Welcome back to Launch Base Zone, as we're going to be having the time of our lives here. The Death Egg is still here. So, as I mentioned, you're going to be following a lot of Sonic's paths, largely because you're going to essentially have the same story as Sonic himself. The only caveat to that is you're not going to be going through the Doomsday Zone, which is going to be the final zone in the game. For those of you who are just joining me or have just joined my walkthrough of this game, didn't watch the Sonic playthrough or anything like that. But yeah, we got that going for us here. So we're going to be about an hour and a half into the first half of this game. So honestly, I didn't know how long this was going to take, but we're making some pretty good timing so far. But yeah, so we're having some fun. I'm having some fun. It's just, I really do miss having a super form on my side for sure, which unfortunately I don't get now. Tails. But you know, I'm still having some fun. I still really, really like this game. I still really enjoy this game. I think there's actually a secret in this way. Why? Maybe not. I always thought there was a secret in there because through there, but no, I guess not. I guess that takes you to a similar area. Yeah, you can always get to this area with the super sneak. So, no worries there. But we're gonna go real fast now as we're zooming along with our super sneaker. Things are looking up. And woo! Oh yeah! Zooming real fast as we go. Looking awesome. And we're just having a blast. Oh! Make sure you don't get gimped in some areas like this zone too. Okay. Those spiky guys will always gimp you. They always find a way in every Sonic game. I hate those guys with a burning passion. Forgot that was there too. Okay. Man, I'm just getting cornered by everything. Okay, here we go. Woo! Batman. Alright. So we're working away with that, but Sonic Mega Collection, always thought. As much as I didn't really excel at those games, I always thought they were pretty fun. I'm not even taking my time, I'm just going as fast as I want to. Yeah. So, got this other elevator here, and yeah, we're just having some fun here. Oh, yeah. So we're coming to the end of Sonic 3 here, and like I said, first Sonic game I ever beat. And final time playing through this game is Tails. And we're having some fun. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope I'm giving you guys a good laugh. Somewhere or another. That's more than I do. The other day, there was a YouTuber that I guess watched episode 1 of my playthrough. And he said, you know, great video. I've always thought of let's playing this game, but never could beat it. Luck. I thought that was pretty awesome. I could inspire this one guy to do this. Oh man! Knuckles is a terrorist. I said it. I said it. He's a terrorist. Gosh, just bombing buildings like that? You can't do that. What the heck? That's ridiculous. Come on, Knuckles, get with the program. Can't do that nowadays. So we could hit Eggman there, but that would take 256 hits to get. But we got this boss again right here, and we're not going to be zooming through this boss fight as we could. You just have to kind of time your hits well, And you gotta time your hits pretty darn well here, because you don't have super form on your side here. But there we are. That's the end of that. And Tails got through Act 1, so looking pretty good there. Yeah. And now for the last act in Sonic 2, or Sonic 3, excuse me. I'm getting my games confused. And we're gonna be making our way here. And here we go. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that, you know, as, I'm just doing this for fun. At the end of the day, I'm just doing this for fun. That's all that matters. And hey, if I inspired this one guy to go do that, hey, that's awesome. You know? He's just hoping to give some entertainment to folks, give him a little laugh. Kind of. Some of God's grace. There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, just zooming along here. And yeah, so yeah, I think on a Sonic Mega Collection you can actually unlock Rystar. I heard that was a pretty big and popular game back in the day. I don't know too much about it, besides just seeing the box art. Oh, it's 5-point Star Man. That's pretty neat. So shoot, I don't know what else I can really say about it besides I heard it was a big game, and yeah, it sounds kind of interesting. I'll say I'm not in any rush to really play it or anything like that, so I don't know. But, oh well. It seems kind of interesting. I don't know too much about it. But, as I've said before, you guys know me. I'm always in a rush, one way or another. I'm always in a rush. As we're zooming along with our invincibility here, we're just having a good time. Rolling around, and we're almost there to our final boss fight for Sonic 3. And almost to the second half of the game in Sonic and Knuckles. So we are slowly making our way. And I think I'm in an area where I did not get to with Sonic or Knuckles here, I think. So, actually maybe now, because now we're going underwater. Don't let Froggy hit me. Oh, Big the Cat. Froggy? Is that you? What a character. What a character, I must say. Pretty interesting guy. Yeah, Big the Cat. Never played Sonic Adventure either. I've wanted to try that game. I've heard it's kind of horribly glitchy at some parts, and the dialogue is kind of messed up. But, it looked like a fun game to me. I'll be very honest. I know this kind of seems like two different things, but I saw... When I first saw the teaser for Mario Odyssey, and you just see Mario pop out of the sewage, the manhole, my first thought was, oh no, that reminds me of Sonic Adventure, and that can't be good. But here we are, we're at our final boss fight against Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic 3 portion of this game. And this boss fight is not going to be very hard. Just watch out when the cannonball launches and rolls back to you. Not very hard at all, and I think it's 8 hits also. Or 7%. But we too get to fly in his flying machine there, even though we're Tails and we can barely see over visor there. And we still got our boy Knuckles, who's going to be giving us crap over it. But he's going to be put in his place. That's what you get, you terrorist. Come on, man. Don't do that. Alright, so about an hour and 30 minutes into this, and we're almost done with Sonic 3. We got Sonic and Knuckles to go. So, Looking pretty good here. That counts 17. Oh, that's not too bad. I got given a lot. A lot of it was my own frustration. One ring going into this. I think we're going to be just fine. So let's have some fun. We're just going to damage boost this boss more than anything. Name of the game, just watch out for the spike and just hit him in the head. If you're playing as Tails, you will not fight against Big Arm. You're just going to be following everything that Sonic does, essentially, and that will be all. Tails got through Act 2. Oh yeah, boys! We're almost there. We are halfway through the game right now. And things are looking pretty good. We got all 7 Chaos Emeralds, so we can get straight into those Super Emeralds. And we're headed on to the Sonic and Knuckles portion of the game. Once again, the story's the same. The Death Egg is falling out of the sky there. Woo! As we're going to be falling down back into Mushroom Hill Zone. Welcome back, everybody. This is by far one of my favorite zones, as you know. And Knuckles is still hiding the goods. Maybe that's his bunker. Him and his terrorist buddies hang out. They keep all their goods. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to take it as it is. We're going to collect this free super ring here. And once again, because we have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, all 7 special stages for the Super Emeralds are available to us in Hidden Palace Zone here. Boom, boom, boom. So, with that in mind, once again, you need at least one... Excuse me, you need at least one to play one here. And we're going to be having a good time. These are going to be pretty simple. The only bad thing about the Sonic and Knuckles portion of the game is you really got to know where your ring locations are for the Super Rings, because if you don't, you're dealing with a lot less rings your way, which can be pretty annoying if you're looking for those, if you're looking to get Super. So you're just going to have to really keep an eye out for those, and really know your ring placements, and really know who you're playing as, and which areas you can and cannot get to with certain characters. So that's just something to keep in mind, but, you know, starting from the leftmost, we're going to be headed to the right as we work our way through the Palace Zone. And once again, you know, it stinks that we haven't been able to have any Super Transformation of Tails here, but if you find all those rings here, you're going to be looking pretty darn good to get his reward for that. So just bear with it, and you're going to do great. Just keep that in mind, and keep calm, carry on, keep your wits about you, everyone, as Peppy Hare would say, and you're going to do fantastic. So just keep that in mind, and yeah, things are looking pretty good for us here. So, just trying to find where these guys are. Just trying to find where these last blue spheres are. There's only one more section, I believe. I think it's over this way, actually. Here we go. And that's it! Awesome! So, ladies and gentlemen, Super Emerald #1. We are on the way to Super Tails. And we've got 6 more to go, and I can think of plenty of more places we're going to be finding some rings. Things are looking pretty great, my dudes. Things are looking awesome for us. And I cannot wait to get to Super Tails, show that off to you guys. But, you know, close that door, let nobody know the secret. But we're going to be kicking it back here at Mushroom Hill Zone, one of my favorite zones for sure. Love this song. The amount of times I would get stuck in Sonic, the amount of times I would get stuck in gosh, Sonic and Knuckles. I heard this song a lot, and because of that, I really do like this song, as funny as that is. But yeah, we're going to be having a great time, I think. So we're just kicking it here, and yeah. So there was something I did really want to talk about that I did want to say for this portion, just so I, honestly, commentary for this. I'm just trying to find stuff to talk about. And going into this, I'm like, what am I going to talk about? And what better thing to talk about than the console war between the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with this at all, or anything related to whatsoever, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So, a little bit of a backstory just kind of cement this. I don't know how much gaming history you guys know. I know probably far too much for my own good. But really in the early 80s, around 1983, the Atari dominated the market. And you're probably wondering, why am I starting off with in the early 80s and the Atari when we're going to be talking about the Super Nintendo and the Genesis? Well, I'll get there eventually, but Atari dominated the market, and video games are becoming very lucrative as a new thing and very hip and trendy in the sense of, look at this new thing that's out there. The graphics weren't that great, but the games were timeless. Pitfall, Adventure, Tanks, and then you had some other games that were coming out too. Well, the market was unfortunately flooded with these things, and people really were struggling to find quality games because of that. Because you had so much influx of things. And games such as E.T. didn't make anything better whatsoever. In fact, they caused the market to crash. So because of that, there was a lot of lack of confidence within the video game industry, and the market crashed for it. So bad was some games such as E.T. and their sales and their effects on the market that the surviving copies were actually buried in Arizona or New Mexico, I believe, but one of the two, out in the middle of the desert, so nobody could find them ever again. As we're fighting the woodcutter here, so once again, you can lead with your tails. If you've got a fire shield, you're in great condition to get started right there. 253 rings, yes sir, I will take that. As Tails got through Act 1 there, looking awesome, my dudes. We're having a great time. We're enjoying it all. We're taking it all as it comes, and we're going to be getting to a lot more super enemies. So, we still got Knuckles to deal with, so he's going to blast us off to the autumn area of this zone. And we're going to be kicking it real good here. Definitely like Act 2. But here we go! So, back to that anyways, the market crashed. So because of that, there wasn't a lot of confidence in these games and the market and everything such as that. So if you wanted to market something as a video game console, you weren't going to be very successful. Now keep in mind, this was largely for North America with this crash. Japan was doing alright with this, but it was North America that really this was hitting hard. So with that, companies such as Atari were really starting to tank and lose their market share because of that. And then things all change in 1985 when Nintendo gets on the block with the Nintendo Entertainment System. And how they went about it for their marketing strategy was genius. Essentially what they did was they marketed the console as a home entertainment system, and they deliberately made it look like a VCR because of that. As we're getting into our next super stage here, moving right along, and we're gonna head into this one here. We're gonna keep the trend going left to right, and we're gonna have some fun. Oh, this stage. I was trying to do this stage the other day in Sonic Mania just to perfect it. And it's not fun having to weave in and out of those middle areas. The perfect isn't worth it in this game, but Sonic Mania does kind of encourage you to pick up medals clearing with the Blue Sphere stages. Even though there's no reward for perfecting all of them that the game will throw you in the main adventure. But anyways, as aggravating as that was. But anyways, Nintendo came on the block with their Nintendo Entertainment System, and they marketed it as a home entertainment system, kind of looking like a VCR, everything like that. They wouldn't really call it, of course, it was a video game console and everything, but they went out of their way to make it not seem that way, which was a genius move. And that really cemented their market share of things, everything such as that. And we got another Super Emerald here. Sorry to diverge like that, but we're moving on, my dudes. Super Emerald number 2. We've got 5 more to go, and things are looking up. I can think of where 2 more of these are in this zone in particular, and we're going to be looking real nice. Things are looking great. So from that, the world was really rocked by 1985's release of Super Mario Bros., which, if anything, probably single-handedly saved the North American video game market. As crazy as that may sound. But honestly, if anything, that's probably what might have happened. So Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, other games like Metroid, Kid Icarus, but Super Mario Bros. In particular was pivotal in saving that market, saving video games in general, and making such things such a household name, period. So with that in mind, gosh, we're already here at our next Super Ring. With that in mind, they were able really to cement their market share and become, if not one of the best, if not the greatest competitor in the market at that time with the greatest market share. 1988 rolls around, and Sega, who had been publishing a lot of arcade games, decides they want to try to bring that same experience into the living room. No, no, no! Oh, no! Crap. Okay. Alright. Darn it. I was pressing the button there to go forward. Come on. Okay, that's annoying, but alright. Okay. Alright. Alright, I was in the same predicament in the first half of this game, and I'm gonna get myself out of it. But they cemented that, and Sega really wanted to bring that arcade experience home by releasing a lot of their arcade games within this little console that they called Genesis. So you had a lot of those ports from it, which the arcade, as we're back here in Battle Zone, we're going to try this stage again. Gosh, I can't believe I did that. That really stinks, but okay. We're back here again. Anyways, they tried to emulate that experience in the living room. And obviously the arcade hardware was definitely a lot better. But the experience was very similar. And they really did succeed at that portion of it. So, in order to really make a profit and to really do well in the industry, they knew they were going to have to compete with the big boy, Nintendo. And much of the criticism at the time of this, before Sonic rolled around in the early 90s, was the main criticism of what Genesis did with the arcade games was the arcade games were too short. Because of that, you would easily replay them and to be incredibly repetitive. As we're getting another Super Emerald right here, and things are looking pretty good, even though I kind of messed that one up, but that's okay. We're coming back, and things are okay. I can think of plenty of other places to get some Super Emeralds, so we're going to be just fine, I think. So, okay, here we go. I really wish I didn't mess that up, but so be it. So, that was it. So, what was their solution to this? It ultimately became Sonic the Hedgehog, in a way to create a game that was fast, that was really eye-popping, and that really was long, had some length to it, had a great story, set up some fantastic characters, and really the root of this, the idea and the concept of Sonic actually came from none other than Super Mario Bros., as funny as that is. So the story goes, Yuji Naka said that he would play 1-1 of Super Mario Bros., World 1, Level 1. He would play Level 1 and try to get through it as fast as he could. Oh, please tell me I'm not going to lose this boss. He would try to play 1-1 as fast as he could, trying to get under 30 seconds each time, or try to do it as fast as he could. And crap. That really just happened. darn it. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna take our time. 2, 3, 4. Okay, just need 4 more hits. So that was essentially where the concept of Sonic the Hedgehog really came from. Was Super Mario Brothers. So Nintendo has themselves kicked for that. Just how Nintendo is pretty responsible for the creation of Sony and the PlayStation. What? There's no way. Oh my gosh. Come on, dude. So, Sonic the Hedgehog released in 1991. 2 months before the release of the Super Nintendo. And it became very quickly a commercially successful game. Could have said he did that really quickly, because he's got to go fast. And that really kicked off really the big console war with everything. Sonic's personality was purposely created to be kind of the opposite of Mario's. He had an angst to him, and gosh, he had an angst to him, just kind of hip and cool, all these different things. And as weird as it sounds, and as strange, I don't care what side of the political aisle you're on, a lot of his personality was based off of Bill Clinton. Yeah, pretty strange, but that probably came a little bit later with some of the other games. But here we are. We finished Mushroom Hill, and we're moving on to my favorite zone, Flying Battery. Woohoo! Oh man, we're gonna have some fun here. I love this zone so much. Love the music, love how fast you go. But yeah. So, Sonic. So, that really was kind of the driving point with a lot of what the Genesis was trying to say. It was hip, it was cool, it was trying to tap into that teenage angst, kind of much more the older side of games, or of gamers. Try to tap into that part and try to seem really cool and hip, while Nintendo's strategy was to try to cater to more a family-friendly approach and to get gamers when they're young so they can get hooked for life. Can say I think Nintendo's strategy worked with me. But yeah. So, with that in mind, that kind of sets the stage for things. Now, obviously, what comes next is the brutal ad campaigns from both sides. So, the Genesis really tried to market itself as being technically superior to the Super Nintendo with blast processing. It was kind of a trick that would happen with the cartridge, that would happen with the processing, is data would be blasted from the digital to the analog converters, and sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. It just really depends. Most of the time it didn't. It was just something really rare that happened. It was a really cool party trick, if anything. But it really wasn't something that was huge to it, and yeah. But thus began the brutal ad campaigns on both sides. Genesis does what Nintendo don't, and Super Nintendo trying to poke fun at a lot of things of the Genesis, and just things being very, very brutal, especially from Sega's commercials. And as weird as it sounds, the North American strategy worked. This was largely for the ads for Sega of America were coming up with these in the American market share. Nintendo was by far more popular in Japan. This was largely a thing in North America, and it was successful. I mean, you just had brutal things going on, and just trying to appeal to an older audience for sure. And it makes sense because, honestly, younger kids, they want to be paying attention to what their older teenage brother or teenage sister is going to be wanting to do. Because the younger kids, what the older kids are doing looks a lot cooler to them, so they want to be doing that. So definitely a genius part on their side there, for sure. We're going to be getting another super ring right here. I can feel it. We were just pushing this spike here. But yeah, brutal ad campaigns, everything such as that. I mean, gosh, the marketing was insane with this. And it actually really worked for Sega of America. By 1994, Sega had 55% of the market share in North America. That is pretty impressive, especially against Nintendo. Let alone just the Genesis, as much as it boasted the blast processing, was actually very technically inferior to the Super Nintendo. The clock speed was about 7.6 megahertz or so, which a 7.2 or 7.6, which is much faster than the Super Nintendo, but that was really the only area it excelled at. Super Nintendo's was about 3.6 megahertz or so, is about 3.5 megahertz or so, I believe. We're going to continue there, so we're looking pretty good. Just trying to find these blue spheres here. There's groups of 4 around here. Oh, there. With the Super Nintendo, or excuse me, with the Genesis, the amount of colors that could be on screen at one time were 64. Ranging from a color palette of 256 colors within the game, within the system. Now, what did the Super Nintendo have? This is going to be very impressive. It could have 256 colors on screen at the same time. And how many colors could it choose from within the internal color palette? Over 32,000. That's right, there were 32,000 internal colors within the palette that the Super Nintendo could use. So by far, when it came to colors and graphics, the Super Nintendo was by far superior with it. The sprites could be bigger on the Super Nintendo, the resolution was much greater. I mean, the Genesis was just technically inferior. The only reason it got that market share was it tapped into, gosh, just marketing and its power to really influence people, especially teenagers. I mean, back in the day, it was kind of, you either had you and your friends, you either had a Super Nintendo or a Genesis. And your friend had one or the other. And gosh, when it came to audio too, the Super Nintendo was just by far superior too. The songs were definitely, I don't think, as much compressed. As we get into another bonus stage here, and I forgot to update the counter there for Super Emeralds, but I'll do that in a second. So we're at 4, we're going to go for number 5 here. So it's going to be looking pretty good. So yeah, so Sega by the end of 1994 had market share, but in North America. But what came to the end of this giant run-of-the-mill takeover of the market share? Ultimately, it was the technical capabilities and the different things and the innovation that made their way within the era that really spelled the doom for Sega. So obviously you had hit titles such as Super Mario World and Sonic the Hedgehog going at each other's throats. And you also had a much, much better library game, especially exclusive titles on the Super Nintendo. You had Link to the Past, you had Super Metroid, you had I forget what the RPG is. You had Final Fantasy, you had a bunch of games that were only on the Super Nintendo, really weren't on the Genesis. You had a bunch of these high-selling games. As we got another Super Emerald right here, and we're just kind of chilling out right here. And we've got 2 more to go. Okay, this is going to be pretty good. We've got 2 more zones after this. So things are looking pretty good. Things are looking up. Okay, I can do this. We're going to do this, boys. My dudes. It's going to be great, dudes. Boys. We are almost there. Oh, and this is only Act 1, too, so I can probably try to find another one somewhere, too. So, we're looking good here. And I do want to get a shield here. Hopefully a lightning shield, that'd be nice. Yeah, this is only Act 1. But, 1994, as I mentioned, what really started to spell the end? This game came out in 1994. Both parts of it did. Well, what was their competition? It didn't come in the form of Mario or any of his Mushroom Kingdom friends too much in that respect. It came from his other friend, Donkey Kong. The original Donkey Kong Country came out that year, and it started to spell the end of Doom. It started to spell the doom in the end for Sega. Why is this? Well, a game like Donkey Kong prided itself on using pre-rendered graphics, so basically you could have a 3D model saved and animated as a 2D sprite, which, gosh, was visually impressive back in the day. Rare was really good at doing stuff like that, period. So we got through Act 1 here, and we're coming almost pretty close to 2 hours into this playthrough. So things are looking pretty good here. We are almost there. As we get into Act 2, my favorite act in this game by far. And here we go. And think of where at least one more is. Tails is going to have no problem getting to that super. Oh gosh, I always struggle with those guys. With Donkey Kong Country having that to their availability, the pre-rendered graphics and everything. And this was all stuff, hardware that had to be created that was already within the cartridge of the game. There was no new peripheral that had to be added to the system. The same goes for another game you guys may know by the name of Star Fox. Argonaut Games, the developer of the game, had approached Nintendo that they were developing this game called Star Fox that they called a Wing Glider or something like that. And they started developing it under Nintendo. And they said, hey, in order to get the effect we desire and the game we want, we need to make some own custom hardware. And Nintendo gave the green light, and they built something called the Super Effects Chip, which really went on to be used in some other games in the era, but most notably within Star Fox, giving those 3D look to games. Just as much as it's dated nowadays, that was the leading edge of technology. Of course, I'm reminded of a Rush Countdown, Signals, 1982. Fantastic song. And trip myself up there. Actually, let's go down here. I think there might be another way. Likely to be down here. Yeah, the other way I definitely like going more because it's got those balls. It's got these balls too. Okay, but yeah, so it was games like that that was really starting to spell the end for Sega. And even, gosh, Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo, Super Mario World 2, even used this. So yeah, if you want to get down there, you got to press on that switch right there. That game even used the Super Effects chip, and it made things a lot smoother. Well, what was Sega's answer to this? Well, they came up with some own technology of their own called the SVP chip, the Sega Virtual Play chip, in order to get the same effect that Star Fox had, a game such as Star Fox had, for their graphics. The result was only literally one game that used this, and it marketed at $100. Something like Donkey Kong was marketed at $70. Granted, that's a lot, but gosh, Sega really didn't like the idea of using external hardware either, because they poked fun at Nintendo for this and they themselves ended up doing it. So, as ironic as that is, that's just what happened. But they had, in order to stay afloat, they really had to make some hardware of their own. And this came in the form of peripherals to the system. They didn't really have anything within the cartridges themselves or anything such as that. As we're getting to another Super Ring here, so things are looking pretty good. We've only got one more to go after this one here, and we're going to be kicking it real good. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, this one's not going to be too bad. Stay focused. Here we go. Okay, my game kind of just had a little spasm there. Okay, I'm not going for it perfect, so I'm not going to worry about that. I just want my Super Emerald. I'm just going to call it a day. So one of these add-ons was the Sega CD, as I mentioned. It allowed games to be stored in CDs, and full motion video, different things such as that. And added to the graphic capabilities. Very famous game released on there, you know, once again Night Trap, but also Sega Sonic CD, which Amy make their first debut appearance. Gotta say, I'm not a fan of that game. I think it's terrible. When you have the art director, and when you have an art director design a video game, or create a video game, it's never a good idea, I think. But there we go. We got our second to last Super Emerald. We got one more to go, and whew, I'm getting excited. This is going to be great. Oh man, we got one more to go. This is going to be fun. Oh yeah. As we're getting into this boss fight here too, I'm going to have a good time. Just need some rings. I don't want to die again. And we're back here at this boss. Very, very easy. Just going to play the good old waiting game. Tails is pretty cute in this project. Oh, please. Don't touch me. Don't hurt me. Please. He's 10 or something like that. Sonic's only 15. But anyways, another peripheral was the 32X, which allowed for some more background effects and their graphical capabilities, of course, and some processing power to use things in the background that adjusts by itself. One of the most notable games on this system is Knuckles Chaotix, as I think I've already mentioned before, we're talking about Vector Crocodile, and the sound test in the original Sonic. Needless to say, as much as it didn't do very good, the concept was very strange. Using the tethering mechanic was awfully pretty annoying most of the time. Let's see if I can fly it here with Tails. It was awfully pretty annoying to use. But that was a pretty significant game on there, and Sonic game. So they had to use these peripherals to really stay afloat. And it didn't end up working out for them, because once you're selling these high-priced peripherals, and on top of that, trying to get people to buy your games from those, it's not necessarily a good idea if you can just put the if it's better to just put the hardware you need within the game cartridge itself. Another easy boss fight right there. Things are looking pretty good as we get into the end of my favorite zone and the beginning of the worst zone, Sandopolis. So, looking pretty nice. We're slowly getting there with what we can do. And welcome back to the ever-abysmal Sandopolis zone. Gosh, I hate this zone so much. Scorpions, they can go die in a hole. Sand can go die in a hole. Just give me my super ring, and I'm gonna be out. Hopefully I can show that boss fight off to you guys with Tails in super form. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. I just hate this zone. You guys know that. If you're just joining us, like me for this live stream, or watching the replay, I hate this zone. It's the worst one. It's so long, so annoying. Just so... Oh, glad I didn't get crushed. I'm really pushing it today. Just super duper annoying. I hate this zone so much. Alright, got a 1-up, I'll take that. But yeah, so that was really what caused the end for Sega there. Yeah. Oh. That was really what caused the end of Sega. When it came to the Genesis. And, you know, I have to say, I think I'm more of a Super Nintendo fan myself. with the impressive first-party library of games and exclusive games they had, who can really knock it for that? That's rather rivaling their games for sure, as much as they would have seemed childish back then. Yeah, there was actually kind of a poll that people did, and they found that I think a good portion of teenagers were reluctant to admit that they owned a Super Nintendo. That's how powerful the marketing strategy worked. That's how powerful it was. It's insane. Just kind of looking around for some more goodies here. Okay, we're at the top of the zone here, so there should be something. Oh yeah, I want to go where that one is. Alright. No! Are you serious? What the heck? That was stupid. There was clearly enough space there. Come on. That was dumb. Oh, come on. That was really dumb. Okay, I'm back where I was then. But yeah, those eventually, technical things would bite the butt. But granted, it was made in the late 80s, and the Super Nintendo came out in the I'm not getting gimped by you again. It came out in the early 90s. Needless to say, one was going to have a much easier time with the hardware for that era. It's actually kind of interesting how the Super Effects chip and different things like that were able to make the Super Nintendo stay afloat within the 32-bit era, as the PlayStation was just kind of coming out into that really opened up the 64-bit era. But staying afloat in the 32-bit era with these add-ons, the Super Effects chip and different things such as that. It's a genius move by Nintendo. And if anything, stalled enough time for them to release the Nintendo 64, the first 64-bit console. So yeah, just kind of some interesting tidbits there. Just really want to talk about the console war at some point, because I know that would be something that I'd want to talk about, especially when it came to, playing a Genesis game, playing Sonic the Hedgehog here, being like, talking about that rivalry between Sonic and Mario, Sega and Nintendo, Red versus Blue, and then eventually Sony would come on the stage, and Sony and Xbox, and Sega, if anything, kind of set the precedence for how to really go about taking down the big boys, taking down Nintendo, and how to deal with them in the marketplace. So they were definitely very helpful to... Oh, yes, they were very helpful to Xbox and Sony. But that is our last Super Emerald. Tails got all the Super Emeralds. Woo! I'm stoked. Oh my gosh. I was so worried I wasn't going to get these. Now Tails can be Super Tails. So we can finally play as our super form. Oh man. Oh, I wanted to do that. Oh, there is no Hyper Tails, but you get Super Tails. And Super Tails, basically, if anything, if you compare Super Tails to Hyper Tails and Hyper Sonic, is essentially Hyper Tails, if you really think about it with what you can do. So, it's not awful, it's just really sucks that you couldn't get a super form earlier to really help you out. But gosh, I'm so glad. I am so stoked about this. Gosh, now I don't have to worry about it. And I got it. Oh, that was garbage. Alright, 21 deaths. Alright. I'm just cruising along right here. So I'm having the time of my life right now. I'm just taking it easy, as the Eagles would say. I'm having a great time. Do want that water shield for protection. But yeah, so, yeah. Console War, the original one, was very, very pivotal. And a lot of setting up a lot of what's going on in the industry right now, honestly, between all the competitors. I'll be honest, between the two, oh wow, I will take that, nice. So if I do want to fly again, I will have to become Super Tails in order to do so. As I mentioned before, in the Knuckles playthrough, if you want to glide or if you want to fly, depending on which character you are, you will have to turn into your super form first. Okay, that takes care of that. But you still need 50 rings. So yeah. Gosh, I wasn't even looking for that one either. That's nice. So yeah, so that's pretty good. So I'm pretty happy about that. Be very frank about that. Oh, come on. Yeah, if you do have Super Tails by this point, I highly suggest you do not use him for the boss fight, because that's only going to make that harder on yourself. I think there is a super ring up here, but I think only Knuckles can get there. So that's a shame, but if you do have the ability to turn to Super Tails by this point, I highly suggest you don't, because it's just going to make this boss fight abysmal, and it's just going to take a long time. Excuse me. So just keep that in mind. But oh, Tails is yawning there. He's waiting on this guy too. All right, come on, show your ugly hide, you rock monster. And he's back and better than ever. He is having the time of his life here. So yeah, I will show you guys Super Tails for sure in the next zone. But yeah, definitely pretty neat, if I do say so. Yeah, I always kind of liked video game history, especially kind of video games. When I was pretty young. You know, that was the thing. Everybody was into Mario. Everyone was definitely into Mario when I was really young. For sure. You know, we'd all draw pictures of him and judge each other for it and everything such as that. Yeah, just kids being kids. But Tails got through Act 1 there, and let's go, boys. About 2 hours, 15 minutes in. And things are looking pretty good right here. And we're back here in the worst act ever, because we're going to have to deal with them ghosts real soon here. But not for a little bit, because we still have to bust open that canister. Yeah, I will say, I myself, between Xbox and PlayStation, I am a PlayStation guy. I really don't care for the Xbox. I never found anything too greatly appealing of it compared to Sony. Granted, I grew up with a PlayStation 3. Grew up with the PlayStation 3. Didn't really play Xbox too much. I know Xbox has got Halo on its side, which is, you know, I'll admit, I didn't really play Halo until I played multiplayer with a friend. My friends a while ago. Oh gosh. And I was like, you know, this is actually really cool. So yeah, so yeah, granted, you know, PlayStation was always a favorite of mine. Crap, I forgot that I have to do that. And Super Tails is alive and well. Here we go, my boys. So, what makes him different? Obviously, we are faster. We're hopped up on sugar from the Chaos and Super Emeralds right here. Things are looking pretty good. And we got these little bird guys with us. Hey! Because tails can fly. Get it. They can fly around too. Why are these guys here? Well, it's because they will act as a homing attack for Tails. Before he was a master mechanic, as one may say, he was really good at flying around and using these guys as a homing attack in this game. So, he's got that going for him here as we got this awesome music backing us up here. And things are looking pretty good for us right now as we're zoom right through. Those scorpions can't touch me. Oh, crap! Darn it. One more to the death count. Alright, let's roll. But yeah, Super Tails is really fun. So any enemies on screen, I guess you'd call them flickies. I think they're called flickies. The birds, the flickies, will go after them and attack them. And that way you don't have to really do much. Super duper 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 helpful against the bosses. If it's one hyper form that's the best against the bosses, it's by far Super Tails. He is the man. He has the goods, by far. Which is something you really want to keep in mind. But it can really bite you in the butt sometimes, if you're not careful. Especially against some bosses, especially against that rock monster back in Act 1. So just keep that in mind as you're going about it. Other bosses, maybe the Death Egg Zone 1 boss, but not sure. Not sure. But just keep that in mind as you're going about it, because as much as the birds are helpful, sometimes they'll give you the bird when it comes to those things. So just keep that in mind as you're going about things there. And making our way through this zone, and the abysmal as ever, Sandopolis Act 2. But yeah, I was always a PlayStation guy. Granted, I always really liked. And here we go. I apparently had 50 rings. Alright, we're going to be zooming through this right now. Oh crap, I have to get up there now. And move this over. So, there we go. My family and I always liked that it was also a Blu-ray player. So we really liked that as part of it. I don't think Xbox did that. I could be totally wrong. You know, feel free for somebody in the comments to correct me or whatever, but... and then, you know, that's how I played a lot of Lego games when I was younger. Still play too. They're definitely really fun games. So I really got acquainted with those on my GameCube and then eventually the PlayStation. So there was that, and then eventually my brother and I got really into a game series called Uncharted, which I was never really one for shooters until I got into that game, and honestly, if you really want to count it, Star Fox, but kind of, even though it's kind of more of a rail shooter. But my brother and I really got into Uncharted. He's a huge fan of those games, and he kind of made me that way into a big fan of those games too. But definitely really fun, great gun action, of course. But always really like the treasure hunting aspect to it. The plot of those games, fantastic. They did a great job coming up with that. Definitely not as in-depth or as, definitely not nearly as in-depth as something like Metal Gear Solid. Plots for those games play like a movie. I mean, so does Uncharted, period. But gosh, Hideo Kojima really knows what he's doing when he makes the plot of a Metal Gear Solid game. Just hats off to that guy. Alright, don't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah, and then I think we eventually got the Metal Gear Solid collection on there. Just always got a lot of other games for PlayStation, you know, always more of a PlayStation guy. Come on, get Sonic, need some rings. I want some rings for this boss right here. I really want them rings. Give me the rings. I want to be the Lord of the Rings. I want to be the Lord of the Rings. So, but always really played my GameCube, and gosh, even my Wii too. Eventually got a Wii, and gosh, gave away everything. So, yeah. And then eventually discovered the world of emulators. So, you know, pretty good place to be. Nope, don't go to the goal yet. That's not where I want to be. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't touch the goal. Okay. Here we go. And, come on. Just grab those rings. Okay. Now I want to get to the end. Okay. Nice. So we got 50 rings for this boss fight now, so things are going to be looking a lot easier. Yeah, fall down here, and you're not fooling me. It's just time to just put you in your place, Eggman. After all the garbage you put me through with Knuckles, I've had it. I hate that zone. I'm glad it's over. And he got through Act 2. Got through Act 2 there. And we're moving on to Lava Reef Zone here. So finally, oh boy, one of my favorite zones for sure. Gosh, this zone is just really fun. Yeah. Talking about PlayStation there. Steven Corellis in the comments there, I saw Last of Us. So that game, I know it's made by the same people who made Uncharted, Naughty Dog. Gosh, I have yet to play that game, but I've heard it is incredible. I've been wanting to try it, but I'm kind of lazy and forking over the money, to be quite honest. But I heard that's an incredible game. The second one I heard was a little mixed. Plot points seem kind of interesting. Yeah, we're just gonna go super here, sure. That's fine. And yeah, enemies on screen. My flicky boys are gonna take care of it. We got it. My boys got it. I don't even have to touch them. For The Last of Us, I never really got around to playing. I heard it was incredible, though. I will eventually have to try it. Gosh, I don't know if my brothers played it, but man, I think he and I would really, really like it. So yeah, I do want my lightning shield. So we're looking pretty good here. So PS3 give a copy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. But, I'll have to see what's up. But thank you. I do appreciate that, though. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Looks like there's an area right there I'm trying to get to, but I can't. I know there's a super ring, I think, on one of those elevators that I've always missed. But that's okay. We're just going to be going super right here. I don't think we can destroy this guy, but if you can get past him there, you're going to get a free one up there. No matter what your character is, even in Knuckles' portion of that, you can get there. So up the elevator we go. And here we go. And another super ring right there. Got another extra life. And we got more rings to fuel our awesome power right here. Nobody can touch Tails and his flicky boys. He's just giving the bird to everybody. There's got to be something up here, right? Yep. Yeah, so this area right here, if you got here as Sonic or Tails, you would have thought, well, what is this all doing back here? Well, it turns out there is a... I guess I'm thinking of the wrong area. There's an area where only... Oh, no, that's a little bit later. You can see it down there in the corner before. There's an area right here where you're thinking, there can't be anything right here. Well, there's a super ring right here that only Tails can get to. So if you're playing as Tails, you've got that ring on your side going for you there, if you're missing any of the Super Emeralds that you need. So just keep that in mind as you're going about things there. And when it comes to Super Forms, there was one thing I forgot to mention. There's still a glitch in the game where if you're playing as Super Sonic and you had the Water Shield prior, remember your shield abilities still hold no matter what they are, even as much as they may not be visually present. If you hold A playing as Super Sonic with the Water Shield before, and if you get a Water Shield or anything like that, I believe, how the glitch will work is Sonic will be bouncing around like a ball everywhere, which is just pretty darn cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show that off, but that would have been something cool that I think would have been pretty nice. But gosh, I have this guy stuck. Okay, it eventually went away. I was way out of his range. I don't know how he's still messing with me. Oh well, but here we go. But yeah, you can bounce around like a ball because of that glitch, and I've seen some things online of it, and it's pretty darn cool from what it looks like. But unfortunately, I did not get to show that off previously. So yeah. So we're getting to the end here of Lava Reef Zone Act 1, and easy way for this boss. I'm just going to stand here. Let my birds take care of it. Alright, I'm going to hit that guy. Just going to have to move around, let the hand do his thing. I'm just going to let my birds take care of it. This hand may be trying to give me the bird, but my bird is bigger and it's stronger. I think he needs just one more hit. So yeah. And that'll do it. And Tails got through Act 1, so we're looking good. We've got all 7 of the Super Emeralds and the Chaos Emeralds. We got Super Tails on our side. Things are looking good. Better than ever. So yeah. So I went previously this way with Knuckles because that was your only choice. And I would encourage you to go this way with Tails actually, because I believe there is a Chaos Emerald here that you couldn't get beforehand. So, with that in mind, just kind of looking out for that, but also at the same time just trying to get through this zone as fast as I can too, because gotta go fast, man. That's what it's about. Keep my lightning shield. I always like this song too. Always create an eerie feel. But yeah, so always playing video games at a young age, for sure. Gosh, my friends and I would talk forever about it. We would, oh my gosh, we would draw so much Mario, Sonic, Luigi, Donkey Kong, everybody. Oh crap. So much fun. A much simpler time. Much simpler time. But yeah, so I always kind of threw around the idea of doing at least one walkthrough of a game or something. And you know, this is, I guess, the fruit of my labor, I may say. So I just wanted to do this for fun, and it looks like, you know, I've inspired somebody to do a Let's Play of their own, even though it looked like they were doing their Let's Plays, but gave them maybe the courage and the strength to do so, to do Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So I'm glad I could have done that at least, but you know, I just hope I'm making, you know, you guys laugh and giving you guys a good laugh, even if it's at my expense. You know, I get gimped a lot in this game, unfortunately, sometimes. But, you know, I hope you guys are having fun. And, you know, in a sense, I'm very much reminded of the Let's Players I would really watch a lot. I don't really watch a lot of them anymore, because just life happens, and there's so many better things to do than just watch Let's Plays. But, yeah, I just kind of want to talk about for a sec those Let's Players that really influenced me, and I guess some of my commentary and some of my style with this too, as I've been going through this. I'm reminded of the very first Let's Play I ever watched, and there's the death egg right there, still in the crater of the, crap, I just killed myself, because I was trying to make a plot point. Nice! You're doing great. Crap. Alright, back to 50 rings we go. Okay. Okay, don't touch that. But yeah, the first guys the first guys I thought of was the very first Let's Play I watched all the way through was the one for the Subspace Emissary of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And there was the group of guys known as the Runaway Guys who did that. And oh my gosh, I remember watching every episode and I was just cracking up. Those guys were hilarious. They were so funny. Chugga Conroy, Proton John, Nintendo Capri Sun. And I watched a lot of their Let's Plays here, but here's Knuckles back to be a jerk again with us. Gosh, who rolls a boulder down? What a terrorist. Ever seen throw bombs at a building, blow it up? The dude is a terrorist. Changed my mind. Gee whiz. And we're just going to be really practicing our platforming skills, but yeah, the Runaway Guys always thought they were hilarious. Always did a good job of describing everything going on. They always really knew a lot about the games they were playing, and crap, I'm getting ahead of myself. A lot of tidbits, trivia on different things. I mean, I've always been a really big Nintendo guy, so that was pretty cool to see these guys play these Nintendo games, especially the co-op ones together. Always thought that was a ton of fun. And like I said, they were hilarious. And that was really when I found out about Chugga Conroy through those guys. I watched a lot of his videos, and I guess a lot of my commentary style is very much fashioned after him, and a lot of his excitements, a lot of his, oh crap, land on that platform, got it. Alright, we got this available to us down here. Oh, no. I want that 50th ring. I never thought I'd fight for one ring. So much, but alright, do your worst. Where are you? Oh, I have to stand on this platform. Got it. Okay. Alright, do your worst. And I don't think there's anything we can do but let the bombs hit him. So my flickies aren't giving him the bird right here. So we're just going to wait it out. Hopefully I don't run out of rings. That would really suck. Okay. And we can't really hit him with ourselves either. That stinks. So our platforming skills are going to have to be really on par if I run out of rings, which I got a good feeling that I am. Okay. Great. Alright. But yeah, Chugga Conroy, I always thought he was hilarious. And just some of the things he would happen, his reactions are just priceless. I remember when he was playing Pokemon Emerald, and he caught Groudon in a nest ball. I thought that was hilarious. And his reaction was just utterly priceless to that. I mean, a nest ball for really weak Pokemon, and you catch a level 70 Groudon with it. I mean, the guy was hilarious. With a lot of his reactions and different things. And yeah, I mean, he really influenced a lot of, I guess, my commentary style. So yeah, I mean, just trying to crack jokes and everything. But Tails got through Act 2, so we're looking pretty good right here. We're having a good time, and we're just having some fun. So yeah. So, moving on. Lava Reef Zone is over. We just have a couple more zones to go. Hidden Ballast Zone is one of those. Now, there's a lot of hidden areas in Hidden Palace Zone that you couldn't get to with Sonic that you will be able to with Tails because of his flying, obviously. So, because of that, we're going to have a lot of goodies that are a lot more available to us right here. If I can get up there. So if you want to fly up here, it's going to be very similar to that area in Mushroom Hill Zone where you're going to get one of everything. So pick what you want. I'm going to take a lightning shield. You get every monitor right there, and we're even going to get some more rings right there for our upcoming match here against our boy Knuckles. So that's going to be really helpful for us, and that Super Sneaker, always a blast. I'll have that. So, you want to fight me? Well, I'm going to give you the bird, my dude. You think you can touch this? Don't even try. Don't even try. Come on, you can't mess with this. Come on, why aren't you attacking him? Come on. Come on. Okay. Looks like I got to do everything right here, I guess. Alright, there he goes. That mural right there was actually, the mural right here is really pretty much depicting the events of the end of the game with Sonic in the Doomsday Zone, Super Sonic. And here we are back with all the Super Emeralds. And Eggman is once again, he's stealing the Master Emerald. Let's try and go help a brother out. So right here, as I was saying before, you have to kill. You have to hit him 256 times in order to kill Eggman, which is literally impossible at that point. I think you can probably freeze him with some game codes or something like that, but it's pretty impossible. But here we go, we're making our way to the second to last zone here for Tails. And welcome back to Sky Sanctuary Zone. So this one's going to be pretty easy for us. It's ultimately a sprint to the finish. If you try to fall off, oh no, the game will save you. We're just gliding along here. We're having a good time. We are having a good time. We're just waiting for that to go away. And I don't want to give myself there, so I'm going to get off there. So yeah, here we go. Sky Sanctuary Zone. Almost the end. So yeah, Chugga Conroy is, I think, by far the Let's Player I would watch the most, and definitely influenced a lot of my commentary and, gosh, a lot of my jokes throughout the years too. He's definitely had the greatest influence on my commentary. I guess my thought process when coming to, okay, I'm gonna try this Let's Play thing. Just want to give it a shot with this one. See what I can do. I think him out of everybody has influenced me the most. But here we are back fighting Mecha Sonic. He's back with a vengeance. He's back with engines. As some people would say. So yeah, Chugga Conroy is, I think, the one who's had the greatest influence. There are a couple more that I would watch that I think really influenced me. One of them, recent years, a lot of my voice inflections with things, and a lot of my reactions to things were really influenced by Peanut Butter Gamer. I know he really didn't have any Let's Plays, he had more reviews and top 10 videos, but I always thought he was hilarious with his acting and a lot of the jokes and the different skits he would do in between his commentary. I thought he was hilarious. Yeah, I thought he was hilarious with that stuff. So. really inspired a lot of my voice inflections and a lot of my reactions to things. You know, hopefully even in this too. So. Another one is that I would watch a lot is gosh, what was his name? CJ001. With an actual zero, he had a lot of reviews, or he has a lot of reviews. He has a lot of reviews and a lot of top 10s, and I always thought his commentary was very good, and a lot of his inflections and his reactions, a lot of things I always thought were very impressive. Always pretty cool. Really like his videos. I think he does a very good job on his lists. Everything that he does, I think he does a very good job. He was really, I think, the guy that really, gosh, changing subjects with Smash Brothers. I think he was really the guy that really got me thinking about King K. Rool and Smash and got me on that hype train. So, thank you, CJ. Another gamer, another Let's Player gamer, I guess, that I found recently, I guess, like past year or so, is Alpharad. You guys may know him for Forward Aerial. Gosh, he is funny. He keeps going with the jokes. He is just super duper funny. Guy is hilarious. Let the game do its thing here, as we're just cruising along with Super Tails here. Really influenced some of my voice inflections too, my commentary for sure. Some of my jokes, just going for it and everything. Forward Aerial. I think he's really funny. Him and his buddies do their videos. He's really funny. Just his style, I think, has really influenced me. But yeah, so that's the end of Sky Sanctuary Zone there. And yeah, things are looking pretty good here. We're coming to the end. As you go about this here. As we make our way up the falling tower to the final zone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Death Egg Zone. And I've noticed I have not been updating the slides on the zone thing this whole time, so whoops. Sorry about that. Oh well, that's okay then. But we're back here at the Death Egg Zone, and now that we've got Super Tails on our side, this is going to be a lot easier. This is going to make our world so much easier to traverse, and we're going to be having the time of our life as we do it too. So yeah, so Alpharad, I think he is hilarious. You know, really inspired a lot of my inflections, different things like that. A lot of my commentary for sure, and just a lot of kind of the jokes that kind of go for. Gosh, he is hilarious. He is really funny. Another one is, I think finally, I would really credit Ant Dude. Yeah, I know he doesn't have really Let's Plays, but more reviews. I think he's really funny. Gosh, there's a trend here. I really like funny Let's Play YouTubers. Who would have known? But I think Ant Dude's really funny. His videos are very in-depth on things, and he's not afraid to shy away from the fact that he's a big Kirby fan, which, you know, I really like Kirby's games too. So, you know, I think that's pretty darn cool. I think that's pretty cool. Because usually, you know, as much as Kirby gets a lot of stuff for being a kid's game, which honestly it kind of is, just with the difficulty and everything, it's still pretty darn good. Shoot. Okay, there we go. And we're making our way through this as our super form. So now these conveyor belt stages, once you get into super form, those aren't going to scare me whatsoever. Those are your friend. Your super form is your friend for these conveyor belt sections. And make sure you got a lightning shield on your super form. Whoever, I fell for that again. Crap. That really sucks. I hate that. Oh no! Okay, we got that one right, so that's good. But Ant Dude is always pretty in-depth on his things, and he always seems to go the extra mile for his humorous commentary. I have to make the long trip back. For his humorous commentary, and it's very in-depth on his things, I thought. And he has a good sarcastic humor, which is kind of reminiscent, I would say, of maybe Rodney Dangerfield with, no, I don't get no respect from anybody. He made a living off of self-deprecation. Just keep that in mind. You can do it too. Not encouraging necessarily to. Sometimes it pays the bills. Anyways. Yeah, so, oh crap, I don't have my super form. I just lost my shield. Okay. Alright, we're gonna get it right here. Alright, I'm not playing any more games right here. We're just gonna be... Oh, I fell for that again! Crap. Alright, if I make it to less than 30 deaths, I'm going to be very happy. That's all I'm asking for. I was thinking, going into this, yeah, 12, 15. Turns out Tails really isn't too much of a hard mode, I guess. Or easy mode. Wow, okay, this is just aggravating me. But yeah, I always really liked, you know, obviously I was always really into video games, so of course the next natural thing was watching videos about video games, of course, people playing them. I really mostly watch them for the humor and the commentary, and yeah, to learn some things from some games that I really appreciated and I really liked. Just to see somebody else's point of view on some things within games, and just kind of see what's up with that. So yeah, I know there's a bunch of other YouTubers I could probably name that probably influenced me, for sure. But those are the big ones that I can really think of for sure. I watched a little bit of Proton John, I watched a little bit of Nintendo Capri Sun, but I never saw them as humorous as Chugga Conroy was, so I never really... Oh, nice. I'll take that. I never really bothered with them too much. Free invincibility? I'll take that. I never really bothered with them too much. And I'm not going to get gimped there again. Alright. But, I would really encourage you guys to check those guys out. Some of them, I don't watch some of them nowadays. Like I said, I have better things to do. And, granted, I don't agree with some of their comments on things. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I'll leave it at that. But I don't really watch them anymore because I just found there's better things to do. I got all of life right in front of me, and you know, that's really fun too. So just trying to beat and banging around for this right here. Trying to get all of those to go red. Okay, nice. So yeah, we got another racetrack here as we're going. If I can finish this game in less than 3 hours, I'm going to be very impressed. But we'll see what happens. So, okay. We're rolling around right now, and we're seeing what's happening right here. Oh, these things can get you dizzy sometimes. But yeah, always kind of really like the Let's Play screen, the Let's Play scene, excuse me, some things. Runaway guys are always really funny. I have to say, I'm a big fan of their Throne Controllers game. This boss right here, you want to have your super form, no matter which character it is. This boss sucks. You have to hit him, and then those balls that he has will come exploding with thorns, and gosh, it's just a mess to avoid. You want your super form no matter what character you are. Knuckles, or excuse me, Tails, or Sonic. He's just such a pain. It's not even worth putting up with. Make sure you got your super form for that, but if you don't, just keep collecting that one ring that keeps bouncing off you as you get hit, and you're going to be just fine. But here we go. Head into the final act right here. Death Egg Zone Act 2. Yes, it is a deliberate copycat move of the Death Egg, or excuse me, the Death Star. That was done on purpose. And as before, as I mentioned in the Sonic playthrough, this zone does switch the gravity every now and then. So just keep that in mind. You're going bad. Okay, don't get fooled like that. And just keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And you're going to do just great. Oh, watch out for those guys too. These missiles are the worst too. Okay. As I said that. I see. Okay, here we go. And we're going to use these teleporters throughout to just get back to normal or to not. The choice is yours. Alright, watch out for those guys. They tend to throw their spikes at the worst times. Those guys tend to show up at the worst times too. And every time you jump, the direction of the conveyor belt reverses. So just keep that in mind as you're playing that part. And now we gotta do this upside down, because what could make it any harder? Oh my gosh, okay, I'm glad that's over with. Oh, I hate those zones. This zone just for those conveyor belt parts. That's largely what I mostly hate about these zones. This zone in particular. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Don't touch the lightning there. Even if you have a lightning shield, you will get damage from it. As much as that doesn't make sense. Alright, working my way towards 50 rings. And yeah, Death Egg Zone. Star Wars copycat. Gosh, what only would have made it better is if Dr. Eggman showed up in a Darth Vader outfit, or if he was the Emperor. It would have been pretty great. Memes would have been fantastic for that. The memes would have been really, really funny. Nope, you're not gimping me again there. Fool. So we're just trying to collect our free rings here. Using these racetracks to the best of our ability. Just to give us some time away from when you can't get hit, and just collecting these rings whenever we can. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish this in under 3 hours, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys are having fun. Woo! Reminds me of NASCAR. I bet I can turn left better than you. Okay, I've got a lightning shield to protect me if anything goes wrong. So, okay. once again, remember that if you jump, that reverses the direction of the conveyor belt. So just take your time here. I'm trying to save my rings and save my one hit that I got here for later on. I don't think I want any more rings. So we're getting into this final boss fight, or excuse me, this last fight here of this. So Super Tails is not going to cut it here. So he has to spit out his little guys there, and he has to hit, and you have to hit them. So hopefully I can do this with 50 rings to go, and I will have that on my side for the final boss fight. But it's not looking that way, and that's okay. But I got through this act without losing a life, so I'm pretty impressed. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but, you know, that's okay. And I think this guy's almost done. He's only got a couple more hits to go. But this guy's not too hard here whatsoever. Just kind of back and forth. Back and forth. What, one more hit? And, no, crap. I don't know how many hits this guy's take. Oh, it's got to hit the yellow. Yeah. It's got to hit the yellow bumper. That's right. Doesn't have to hit him. So, with 8 rings to go and a lightning shield on our side, let's go kick some butt. Here we are. The final boss for Tails' portion of the game. The Big Egg Robo. Yep, the Big Egg Robo from Sonic's side of the story is back. And this awesome music is backing us up. So once again, the fingers are going to be coming out, and I don't have enough rings to give him the finger, unfortunately. I don't know why that just happened there, but okay. But here we go. The fingers are gone now, and now he's just going to have to blow his nose with some fire. His flying ability is going to be really helpful to stay out of the way of that cannonball. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have any rings going into this fight, lucky for me, I do have one, so that's always really handy. But just take your time with this, and you're going to be just fine. Use your flying to your ability. Tails is the easy mode sometimes. Most of the time, but in this boss fight, he's definitely the easy mode. Whoop, what? That was garbage. Oh man, I gotta do this over again. No rings, but we're gonna be just fine. Gosh, I love this music though. I would have to say this is one of my favorite final boss theme songs in any video game. I would have to say. This is by far one of my favorites. I can't really think of anything else right now. I remember Luigi's Mansion, that boss fight itself being stellar. But the music, I remember it being pretty good. Pretty darn good. Alright, I'm just going to take my time. Gotta just hit his nose and let the Master Emerald be exposed there. Are you serious? How did I miss? That was garbage, if I've ever seen it. Not recycling. Alright, 28 deaths. I'd like to do this at number 30, but we'll see what happens. Here we go. Okay. Sometimes I press the buttons a little fast there, but I really love this music. It really just adds to the sinisterness of what's been going on with Robotnik tricking Knuckles, stealing the Master Emerald for himself to power the Death Egg, hoping to use the Death Egg as his ultimate weapon. And just on top of that, we're in space, essentially. I think this song just does a fantastic job of just catching all of them. Everything that's been leading up to this moment, everything that's been going on. All the crap that Knuckles put us through, and then all the crap that Eggman's been putting us through. So I good about half of it. Really, really good song. I love this song. So yeah, we're just taking our time and get out of the way. Get out of the way for his nose fire. How do I get that checked out? If I had fire coming out of my nose, I'd think I have bigger problems. Your indigestion is so bad, it comes out your nose, but that's good enough for him right there. And now, as he's coming out of that, the heat and the chase is on. Make sure not to fall off at the end there and just stay up with him. Jump as much as you can to stay out of there. And we're in for a real treat as we're just trying to survive here and just take him out. Save the Master Emerald, save the world. And come on. Oh, what the? Are you serious? I died off the rebound. What the heck? I have never seen or done such a thing. What the heck? That was stupid. Game. What are you doing? That was really dumb. I'm sorry. That was just pathetic. What the heck was that? I was in the clear. There's no way. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. Oh, I gotta play all over this again, but okay. That's fine. Here we go. Just making our way. Watch now for his nose fires. For nose flares, I think. That adds a whole meaning to that. His indigestion's so bad, it's coming out of his nose. That's how I see it. I mean, that's gotta suck. I think he just needs one more hit, and then... Okay. Come on, Tails. You can do it. Alright. We're not getting gimped this time. I'm doing this in under 30 deaths. Come on. Show your ugly mug. Come on. Come on. I'm not getting gimped again. Come on. Let's get him. The chase and the heat is on, my dudes. We're gonna save the world. Gosh darn it, we did it. Oh boy. What a move right there. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. That was something alright. Wow. Man. That was intense, but that was just utter garbage. That was stupid at the end. Getting gimped that way? Are you serious? Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous. Oh man. Oh, but we got the true ending with Tails because we got all of the Chaos Emeralds and the Super Emeralds here. So things are looking pretty good here. Oh man. Awesome. But yeah, so that is really the end of what's going on here. the playthrough here. Oh man, oh my gosh. Tails is definitely fun, but he's definitely not nearly as fun as Knuckles or Sonic. Oh man, this was pretty great, but gosh, I gotta say, I am completely new to this whole live streaming thing, and hopefully you guys are gonna be able to watch it in all of its glory in its entirety. In oh gosh, in the after this is done recording and everything such as that. So, gosh, man, but I gotta say, this was a new experience for me, and I had a blast. I had a whale of a time. I thought this was fantastic. I had so much fun doing this, and just being able to play through a game and really talk about it, really a game that I really, really enjoy, and just to really share that with some other folks. I mean, I thought this was a ton of fun, and gosh, I just really want to thank all of you guys for watching. Those who were able to tune in live and those who are watching this right now via the replay. I really want to thank all you guys for tuning in, whether it was just for maybe 5 minutes or so, or just even if it's just a minute of any time of my videos. I hope I made you laugh, even if it was at my expense. I hope I gave you a good laugh and just able maybe to learn something new, but just really, really thank you guys for all your support and just views, and just hope you guys had a really good time with this. And I know I definitely had a really good time with this. Despite this being something completely new to me. But I had a great time just talking about this game, playing through it, just everything it had to offer. And I just really thank you guys for that, for just giving your time. Just really, really thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for sticking out for this Let's Play and all it had to offer, even if you just watched a minute or two. But that is the end of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, with all the characters, as we finish it off with Tails. So yeah, that is the end. And once again, I just really want to thank you guys, and I'll be hitting you guys with a bonus episode on this game in a little bit. But in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys soon. Vitamin M, I'm out, boys.